going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 205. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
Sup, people? It is time to throw down some questions.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo.
Brian Munjoma.
Yo, the NPCs in this game are so funny.
Brett Murdoch.
Hey, they're party people.
And Adam Vale. Suck Free Sunday. Yo, Adam hasn't said nothing in like 10 minutes, man.
He might be having connection issues.
Yeah, he's playing that dude,
he's in a match with All Day.
Oh, is that what it is, man?
Don't show up.
Yeah. And we also have a very special guest who's coming in right on time. Mr. Richard Bailey Jr.
Hey, what's up, listeners and viewers? I didn't realize I jumped in live.
Yeah, man. I don't know what Rich is. We're going to start in. You jumped in right as I finished doing the intro. So it was perfect timing, man.
Perfect.
How you been, Rich?
Doing pretty good. Just pretty busy because, this is a very busy month for video games and everything else.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was telling Manny beforehand, like I got so much shit I need to do. Actually, for the first time in my career, I got to list everything. I'm like, I need to do all of this,
Man, to-do list.
So give me my money. That's all I'm saying. Give me my motherfucking money. But anyway, before we start, Rich, man, there's some changes going on with the co-op and all that. So could you please let the audience know what the deal is, man?
Absolutely. So, first and foremost, I want to give a shout out to Tony and Manny because they actually helped us do some of the stuff that we're doing with the show right now. Normally, we would just have the show on YouTube, but we started using Restream, so it now appears on Twitch as well as a couple other platforms. Gary has a detailed list of all the platforms, so I'm going to have to consult with him on all of the platforms, but we decided to try it with the last co-op we recorded on Friday. So definitely check out that show. Let us know your feedback. We're still making improvements to the format, but just trying something new to extend the reach of the show, get some more viewership, and switch things up.
Yeah, that's dope. And the other big thing is, and you guys have been doing this for about a month now, maybe a little more. Co-op is on Friday now because it used to be Sunday.
Oh yeah, My schedule is a little different now, so we do have the show on Friday. We will see if that remains to be the schedule, because if my schedule changes again, then we may have to have it on the weekend. But for now, yes, it is on Fridays. Normally around 5:30, 6 o'clock Eastern. So that's the schedule for now, but we'll see if that changes over time.
Yeah, that's dope, man. All right. And as for us, I'm actually very happy with the way things went with the last stream on Twitch, because now we're streaming exclusively to Twitch. We're still uploading stuff to YouTube and all that, but live stream exclusively to Twitch. I was a little worried if people were going to show up, and people showed up, which is fantastic. We already started getting subscribers and all that, people throwing bits at us. So things are going to a pretty good start. We've been on Twitch for about a year now, and we got the same amount of numbers that we got on YouTube in the first year. So things are pretty comparable in that end. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know what I'm saying? But again, we haven't left anybody behind. Dudes on YouTube. Again, surprises. I thought the throwdown itself wasn't going to get that many numbers, even though it is lower than normal. It's way more than I expected. So I'm like, that's fantastic. So people basically, you want throwdown, you get it wherever you want. Twitch live, YouTube later, SoundCloud, obviously, iTunes, all of that. We got you covered, son. And also I was brought to my attention that we had kind of made the jump at a little bit of a good time, because now, even though YouTube has been doing this unofficially for a while now they've made it official. If you curse during a stream, it lowers your chances of being recommended. So yeah, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. It's like again, I keep saying they're taking the U out of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but fuck that place. We can curse on Twitch all we want.
Corporate tube, man.
Corporate tube, man. That's exactly what it is, bro. You know, so it's on some
Disney
bullshit.
Channel tube.
Yeah, like they don't care about creators anymore. They just care about the big guys. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
they care about Jimmy Fallon and Ellen. Like, you know, they're supporting the little guys. You know.
Yeah, right. Some bullshit. So I think you know this is good for us in the long run. You know, we made some minor updates to things here and there, as you can see from over here. There it is. We have a little number count there, and down here, I changed it because it used to have our Twitters, but we don't really need to have that anymore. Just scroll down a little bit, you'll see all of our Twitter. So now I have all the subscribers and supporters. It's good stuff, man. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far, and hopefully we'll keep on growing. You know, I'm trying to learn more about this whole Twitch thing. Apparently, networking is a big thing. I know how to network in real life. I don't know how to do it digitally, so it's kind of a new thing. Like me, when I network, I do it face to face. So I got to do it with other, you know, digitally. So it'll be kind of cool to learn. And then, you know, as I've been talking with all the fellas, is like, you know, we're still gonna have our throwdowns. Obviously, that's not going anywhere, but we need to step it up with the gaming content too. Twitch, like, basically, when you're off air on Twitch, you ain't like, you may as well not exist at all. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, we can't do this shit full time, so we got to make it work around our schedule. You know?
You know, and but you know, obviously, as you guys have seen, like I've been kind of had a little bit more time nowadays, so I've been doing a little bit more of the art streams, which are, you know, fun. And you know, you guys get to see that. At least for the art streams that I'm doing, it's probably going to be try to keep to the channel's themes, where it's going to be kind of game related content. So, you know, if I'm drawing a character, it usually is some sort of game character or something like that. Keep that going.
Yeah, exactly. And the last thing, you know, talking about growing the channel, one thing we're doing is we're gonna have more contests and giveaways and all that. You know, before we get to the main one, now at the end of every month, all of our subscribers, we're gonna put you into a little raffle, and we're gonna give you some shit away. Because Manny and I, we have a bunch of stuff that we collected, either from reviews or from E3 or whatever. We have a ton of shit. So every month we're gonna give a free prize to somebody. And in my case, I'm gonna be giving you controllers. I have so many of these fucking 8-bit do controllers. May as well give them back to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I got some headsets too. I got shit to give away. So we also got swag. So we got you covered, man. But of course, yeah, there you go, man. But of course, you know, to everybody else who may not be a subscriber, we still want to give you free stuff too. So the big one for this month is obviously Red Dead Redemption 2. You know, and you know, if you want to enter that, it's simple. You follow us on Twitch right here. You know, follow us on Twitter, and over on Twitter, the pinned tweet asks you. Even though, Brett, I love your idea of like, tell us your best Red Dead story. I didn't want to read through all that shit on Twitter, so I just made it simple. Just tell us your best Rockstar game. We're already getting a lot of replies to that, so you know, we're gonna. Oh, thank you, dude. The mommy gamers is following us on Twitch. They're fucking awesome. I you know, I always see them at Twitter, at E3 and stuff. Love them. I think we're following them too, so we should be good on that. And see, this is what I'm talking about. You know, we're you know, spreading the community out there. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption contest going up now. Check our Twitter pinned tweet; it's right up there. And we're gonna get the game to you, you know, digitally, physically, however you want, by release date. That's the hope. You know, so it should work out. Thank you, mommy gamers for life. You know. All right. I guess that's it. So let's get into it, man. Fan questions, man. Again, I love the fact that I don't have to worry too much about time anymore. You know, it's like, you know, things take as much time as they're going to, you know. Actually, Rich, you guys have a Red Dead Redemption contest going on too, right? Over on the Coalition?
Absolutely, yes. That giveaway ends on this Thursday. So definitely fill out the form for a chance to win on the website.
I want to win.
Hey, Adam. There he is. You finished playing Call of Duty, man.
Call of Duty living up to the last part. Fucking shit.
Damn.
Man. I'm just not, man, they need another map. I just don't like this. If you're a sniper, if you are nice at sniping, then this is the game for you. I'm telling you, so far, me and all day when we jump in, because you can do quads, duos, and singles. So we've been doing duos. We go out there and we're playing smart, and we're making it to like 10 and 11th round with no kills though, and then we just get picked off by some sniper out in the boonies. We're like, what the hell? You know, it's one of those. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll put more time in.
Yeah. Anyway, man, let's get into these questions, man. First one from G Megaforce 123, man. He asks, "What games are you going to wait for a PS5 remaster / upgrade of?" I say remaster in the event that Sony does not go forth with backwards compatibility for PS4 physical copies, and I say upgrade in the event that all PS4 games are backwards compatible, but nonetheless require $15 to $20 for the PS5 upgrade optional patch. I don't know where you got that number from. So yeah, are you guys actually gonna just hold out? Because there's gonna be some cross pollination from like PS4 games and PS5 games. Are you actually gonna just go fuck it? I'm just gonna wait.
I don't know. That depends on what the publishers announce. Like, look at GTA 5. I mean, I didn't wait. Nobody really waited, and then they didn't announce at the same time, like, oh, there's PS3 and PS4 version coming out, and everybody sits and waits. You can guess, like, oh, we're about the end of the generation, so there'll be something but that'll be a conscious decision because publishers don't want to screw themselves over.
Yeah,
they're not gonna announce cross generation until PS5 is out, and that's the thing. And then they go, okay, then you have both versions. So I mean, you can make the conscious decision to wait, only, but you have to assume that they're gonna port it. Some may not. So. And I think if it's a game you really want to play, like if Red Dead 2 was coming out closer to that time, I would play it now anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm waiting for that remaster of Skyrim for PS5.
Maybe it'll actually run right?
Right.
Yeah. I don't really have the luxury of waiting, but if I was just like a regular ass gamer, I wouldn't wait. Like, fuck it, I want to play this game right now. Why wait? You know what I'm saying? That's what I did last gen. I'm like, no, I know it's coming up PS4, but I want to play this shit now.
Yeah, it's like, are there any games that are really sort of like half-assed, like, or like aren't up, like performance-wise aren't up to its full potential right now? I don't know. I don't think so.
No, like for example, like. You could, like, somebody could have theoretically waited for The Last of Us to come to PS4, which it did. It ran better, but if you play on PS3, you'd still be good. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, what are we hoping for? You know what I mean? That we don't have now, quality-wise. Everything seems to be running great. It's not like back when we're like, damn, if only they got rid of this lag, or man, if only they had a few more, that they could fit a few more characters in this wrestling ring. They did it, so we have that now. So what are we really looking forward to?
I mean, I think we've said this before on the show. It's like a lot of the generational leaps, they're as usually you see them toward the end, and they're kind of marginal in the beginning. And to be honest, I don't see any real reason to kind of wait around for anything that I kind of want to play. I want to play Kingdom Hearts now. I don't want to play it later.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to play this shit now. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, like they say, tomorrow's not guaranteed. You gotta live for today.
Damn, that's deep right there, Adam. What the fuck?
Right? That's real talk. Shit like that.
That's a fortune cookie right there, man.
No, that would just, if it was a fortune cookie, they'd just be asking you what. These are your lucky numbers.
Yo, by the way, I'm teasing Adam right now. I'm purposely wearing a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 shirt.
I got you blurred out because I have that option to have anything Call of Duty related blurred, so you just look real blurry.
Yo, Adam is gonna put like 500 hours in this game, still calling it trash.
Oh yeah,
I want prestige it and still call it trash.
You get the platinum and everything,
Get a plat the whole.
Wait, how can you get prestige?
You can prestige in multiplayer. You can't prestige in that, from what I know from that blackout mode. I don't know how much time I'm gonna put in that black mode. I'm probably only gonna do that when it's with groups. Because it's more fun with groups, because you talk shit and stuff.
Well, let me know. Let me know when you're playing, and I'll play with you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, real quick.
Go ahead, Ben.
The zombies I've come across in this, they're 28 days later zombies. They're not.
They're running after you.
They're just crazy dude. They're just crazy dudes that run fast.
It's not like in the other Call of Duty. Well, probably in this mode, I haven't
played Call of Duty,
where they just run slow. Move slow and you just shoot them. These fuckers are running at me. I did this one drop where I saw a beacon. I'm like, oh, go to the light, right? And once I jumped in there, they were all over me, running and jumping down from the rafters. They swarmed me. I died.
Yeah. My question is there anybody? Is there anybody in the room that's actually going to wait for the PS5 version of the game?
Yeah, let us know.
I'm asking somebody in the panel right here. I'm specifically looking at Brett.
But you know what this reminds me of?
Actually, you know who's gonna wait though? Brian, because Brian plays games like 5 years afterwards.
No, but he's still. The thing is, but Brian, you'll still buy the game for the console, right? Unless a better one comes along, right? Brian. Brian.
He's gone. He's playing. My man Jack Move. What's going on, brother?
What I don't understand. Like it reminds me of when you hear these people that say, "Well, their new phone is coming. I'll just wait for that one." Then let's say a few months past it, and it's like, "Oh, did you get it?" No, I'll just wait for the next one. There's always going to be another one. There's always going to be a better. It's like, at what point do you just jump in like, yeah, this is what I'll go with. You can't say, "Well, I know they're going to make a better one." Of course they are. They didn't say, "Hey, this is the last one we're ever going to make. Live it up." No, there's always going to be something better. You can't live like that.
Yeah, get the shit now, man. All right, let's move on. Next question. Okay, is there any reason for developers to go next gen besides better graphics? Because AI isn't it. Yeah, what's a good reason to go? Okay, besides graphicals.
Money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, what are you going to keep playing? Making PS4 games when the PS5 is out? You know,
Naughty Dog has decided to just make PS4 games because that's the architecture they know the best.
Yeah, so there's your reason you don't want to get left behind. You know, you're going to keep making PS Vita games, you know?
There you go.
Got to move on,
source
son.
of revenue. You want people, you don't want to see big layoffs. So it's like, yo, all right, anybody want to work on 5? Yeah, I do. Do I have a job? Yeah, for the next 2 years. All right, I'm good. Let's do it.
Yeah. I don't think we need to add more to this question because you don't want to get left behind. You know?
Well, I guess it just really depends on like what kind of graphics you're talking about. Like, there's some games that are gonna get bigger just for the like sheer fact that you have more horsepower on these consoles. So, for example,
all right, wait, link this up. All right, because Brett, well, what's his name? Brian's in this. He knows about this. Right now, the PC is pretty damn powerful, right? Tony, you got a pretty powerful PC.
Yeah, my shit will kill yours, man.
They can kill. Oh, I don't know about that, but they can kill some shit. But here's the point: we're not seeing that craziness happening on PC. So,
have you seen Star Citizen?
No, not allowed to. So, if we're not seeing it on that shit, I don't really see that happening on the console.
Well, that's because most of the huge and quite frankly the better developers make things for everything.
But that's what I'm saying. For consoles. Like, if anything, though, it would happen first on PC. Is my point. If that was possible with the best technology that we have, which is in the PC gaming world, we would see and be like, "Damn, I want that on my console." We don't have that right now.
But you don't have because you don't have developers that develop exclusively for PCs that are of that quality. Like you don't have Naughty Dog making a PC only game. You don't have now you don't have CD Projekt RED making a PC only game.
So they probably make the most money.
But do you think there's something holding back? So you tell me, like, let's say if Call of Duty, if Activision say, you know what, this Black Ops 4, yeah, we have 88 people we could do, but on PC we could really do over 100, but we can't because we're not doing 100 on the consoles. So you're saying they're being held back because of that?
No, it's because the console is where they make the most money.
And the answer is yes, they're getting held back by consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's
so it's like if in a different world, we lived in a different world and PC was the only thing that everyone had, then we would be in a different kind of environment where everything was directly made specifically for PC.
And also, to add to Manny's point, like not all PCs are created equal.
Mm-hmm.
So not all PCs are going to be able to run.
So then this dances around with what Microsoft is doing with this whole streaming everywhere, Azure doing that whole thing. Are we going to see different versions of that? Just saying, hey, you're now connecting to Azure 2.0, which means that you have the equivalent of like a 1080, whatever, the newest, NVIDIA video card on the back end, since you're not doing it on the front end. So then it defeats the purpose of even getting a console.
Well, it depends on what Sony and Nintendo do. Because they're obviously not doing this service, and
Nintendo. Oh man, game breaker. I was thinking about this the other day because you just brought up Nintendo. Will Nintendo allow that Xbox app to run on a Switch?
They don't even have Netflix.
Because they don't want to pay.
He's got a good point there.
I'm pretty sure but they don't have an existing partnership. They have an existing partnership right now with Microsoft.
It's
only this is from Minecraft.
This is only for Minecraft and whatever that is the
crossplay
specific
stuff.
Yeah, people think it's for everything. No, it's not. It's just for Minecraft right now.
They made a console for it. They have a special edition console that's Minecraft.
You know that PlayStation also had a special edition Minecraft console at some point too. So what does that matter?
Buddies. making money, and they're doing commercials together and doing the whole crossplay and shaking hands and kissing babies. Come on now.
Yeah,
I
but
have a feeling
anyway,
they might-
just because they're in bed at one point doesn't exactly mean they're in bed at every point.
yeah,
I think it could
exactly.
be a win-win. I'm just saying, because then more people will buy the console, which is what they want. So
Yeah. Anyway, I don't think we need to have
Netflix
anything
is a
more to
console
add
seller.
to this. Moving on here. All right. Speaking about NPCs, Black Metal Gamer asks, "What are the cringiest NPCs in gaming?"
Definitely Mass Effect Andromeda.
Well, man.
Man, they're some of the worst things ever made. Like they're just freaking awkward to look at. Like, let alone like, I don't know, like their animations, man, it's like crazy. They probably got patched and everything, but man, when it came out, that shit was horrible.
Man, the PCs, the playable characters look funky in that game too.
Yeah,
though.
exactly,
You know?
right. The fucking playable characters were horrible.
Yeah, but I let's take it in a broad way. Like we could have it cringy as far as graphics, but also cringy as far as like annoyance, like
AI, yeah.
yeah, like just personality too. That's the way I was thinking about it. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw it to Rich right now. Put him on the spot. What are some of the cringiest NPCs you ever seen in games?
This is a tough question.
It
Because,
is.
I think Carlos hit it on the head when he talked about Mass Effect Andromeda. So let me just think a quick second.
All right, we'll come back to you, man.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody have an answer ready? Damn.
Like
Motherfucker.
annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, because
It could be annoying or whatever. The thing is, like, to me, most NPCs I don't even pay attention to. So, I never really find any of them annoying or anything.
The president.
Oh, goddamn Preston from Fallout.
Yo, speaking of Fallout, like sometimes, and I don't even remember like clearly what it is, but like I just remember Fallout 3. Sometimes like you'd have like characters run up to you, and that should just fucking freak me the fuck out.
Yeah, that was weird. Who's Preston again?
yeah,
guy.
who's that?
He's
that,
the
man?
he's the guy. I think that's his name.
The guy friends with the guy, that guy.
Yeah, it's the guy who every time you walk into Sanctuary, he just starts throwing Minimeg quests at you, and you
Oh,
have the
that
option
dude,
to
yeah.
decline them.
Yeah, that guy, he got annoying. He's like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that, man. Leave me alone.
And then it pops up into your quest log anyway, and you're like,
Yeah.
God damn it!
I'm actually gonna say two. I'm gonna say EE from Emma Emmerich from Metal Gear Solid 2, and that annoying little mission where you had to kind of literally hold her hand and walk her all the way to that friggin' oil bridge and do the sniping mission with her. Horrible. And I have to say the president's daughter in Resident Evil 4.
I was just about to say that. Like, yeah, that's annoying. Like, pretty much any of those escort NPCs are annoying, Right. This is a
That's
bit of a
weird
tough
because
one.
they're just annoying. They weren't cringy though.
No,
Yeah.
they're just annoying. It's like, oh, come on. You can't do anything. Like they thought of some stupid contrived, like for Metal Gear, they thought of some silly contrived reason why she couldn't walk like a person.
I'm gonna skirt around this. I don't want to say it directly, but there was this one NPC and in Mass Effect Andromeda specifically. Where I'm like, yo, that is too much information you're giving me right now, man. Chill with that. You know who I'm talking about. Whoa, like if you're gonna do that, that's fine, but chill.
Yeah, that's some cringy
Like, listen,
shit.
I'm just here to kill that giant sand monster, man. Fuck.
It's like, hey, listen, I as well as I appreciate all the different things that you need to say about yourself. We don't need to know everything.
Yeah, it's like, yo, listen, if I get to know you a little better, sure. I don't fucking know you. I don't need to know all that.
Well,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
because obviously it's kind of a weird contrived moment.
Yes.
Where it's like, okay, so usually when you try to find out about somebody, right? Like, when in real life you talk to somebody, obviously a person will not tell you everything about themselves, but other people might. So why couldn't you learn about that character through somebody else?
Yeah, that's true. It's like, yeah, but yeah, that character was like, no.
That's early on in the game too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's the first planet you go on, It's like, yo, I'm just here to fucking kill that giant dune monster.
It's like, hey, I'm here to kill that doom monster over there. Oh, can I tell you my life story? No,
Nah, man, I ain't got that kind of time, son. Like, yo, this thing's about to kill your whole
this thing's
settlement.
about to kill everybody on this planet. No, wait. I gotta tell you about myself.
Like, no, you don't. So yeah, that's a cringy character, you know. But yeah, most of the time I don't pay attention to these NPCs. They're NPCs for a reason. They're just there, you know, spotting the same bullshit, you know. Like, oh, did you know that in this town, blah 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 blah, and they're always animated the same way, you know.
Well, those are the ones that are not like the unimportant NPCs where they're just like, hey, did you know that there's a place over there that sells these sorts of things? And then you walk away, and then, like hours later, you talk to that same person, and they're like, hey, did you know that thing that sells this stuff over there?
Yeah, and it's like they're giving you the whole history of their town, you know.
Yeah. Did you know our town was built about 10 years ago, and it was made by this crazy guy who was like, you know, we actually overthrew him, and
I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then you come back, he tells you, like, bro, you just told me that story.
Just told me that. Hey, listen. Also, by the way, I just bought that item that you're talking about. It's standing right here, right here. You don't need to talk about that anymore.
Yeah, I was like, did you know that they sell red beets here? Yeah, I just bought 50 of them. You know?
Don't you see them coming out of my pockets right now?
I think NPCs in general could be annoying, you know? But yeah, most of the time I'm just like, whatever. It's just guy just there standing in place, moving his arms up and down. You know?
Sometimes I feel like you know, like especially with certain games, it feels like you're in like like a Disneyland ride where everything doesn't activate until you get into the vicinity of things. So like, as much as I, you know, think Dead Space is cool, I feel like Dead Space is kind of guilty of that because it's like most of the story elements are all kind of weirdly separated from you. Somebody behind a glass or somebody on a television monitor. So it's like you're walking through a haunted house, right? But everything, all those, you know, story elements of the haunted house are all separated into their little sections.
Yeah, I think it was the last Dead Space when I actually was in a room with somebody physically at the same time. Like, oh shit, because there's always a barrier between you two.
They don't want you to go over there and be like, I'm gonna shoot you in the head.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill you, broils. You know.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. Anyway, any other cringy NPCs you guys to think of? This is a tough one. So
yeah.
All right, man. Let's move on here. Okay. What franchise is the true king of RPGs to you, and why? Oh boy, this could get crazy. I'm assuming Western or Japanese, doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so what is the best, in your opinion, best RPG franchise of all time? The king of RPGs, if you will.
Brett, don't do
Who's not going to say Final Fantasy? That's what I want to know.
I wouldn't say Final Fantasy. I actually wouldn't give that title anything.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Drama.
Because that would imply that there is one perfect RPG.
But that's exactly what he's asking. He wants.
I
to know.
I don't believe that there is a perfect RPG out there.
Like, I will not answer your question, Mr. Black Metal Gamer.
No, I just don't believe that there's anything that's perfect out there. I have my personal favorites, but I don't think there's.
Okay, Manny, for you then, we'll twist it around. What is your favorite RPG franchise?
My favorite RPG franchise. I would have to say it's a toss-up between like Dragon Quest or I can't say Final Fantasy games anymore because I don't play them anymore. Dragon Quest and Dragon Quest, yeah. So.
Man, this is a tough one.
Because here's the thing: like each RPG has their strengths and weaknesses. If you wanted, like, kind of like, at least now, like, Final Fantasy games are like the Michael Bay of Final Fantasy games, where everything's like, everything's hyper realistic and things are exploding and all kinds of shit.
Well, even if you asked me in the PS2 days, I would have said Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
But then I played Mass Effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Mass Effect 1 shot up there for me, especially Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
If I had to compare my experience playing Final Fantasy 7 and Mass Effect 2, I'd have to give it to Mass Effect 2. Right?
Yeah, I was thinking, like, but can you give it to it? Like, I was really disappointed with the end of the third game, as were a lot of people. So, like, I don't know. Do you judge it by how it ended or how fun the ride was?
Because I'm going at it as like all of them. That's why I can't give it to Mass Effect, because as like Andromeda exists.
Yeah, Andromeda is shit. But then
I don't count Andromeda.
I know Final Fantasy 8 exists.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Yeah, exactly. Here's the thing. I can't give it to Final Fantasy either, because there's some games that are questionable, like 8.
8, and there's some of the other ones that people don't like.
The reason why I would consider Final Fantasy is because of the longevity. This franchise has sustained like a lot of success throughout like what 3 decades now.
But could you say that it was a perfect franchise?
Well, it's not.
There's no such thing.
Yeah. They're just saying to you personally. Let's just keep it simple instead of the hyperbole. What is your favorite JRPG or RPG franchise? Just keep it simple. So yeah, if you want to say Final Fantasy, that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Manny. I'm gonna go with Dragon Quest. Like it's not my favorite, but I think it's like the king of them. Like because that thing hasn't really changed that much in over the years. And that's part of it. Like Final Fantasy, it's cool that it changes, but at the same time, can alienate people. So yeah, it's weird. It's like personally,
Did it alienate you?
no. I still
Then
no
why-
personally. Okay, I guess it is twofold. Personally, I would go with Final Fantasy, but King objectively, I'm going to go with Dragon Quest.
I'm gonna say the Soul series for me.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean it's definitely an RPG. I mean, to talk about like classic like D&D rules put into a Japanese game, that's kind of like that's what I thought of when I first played Demon Souls. I'm like, shit, I haven't seen a character sheet kind of like this since I played second edition in D&D. I mean, it's simplified, but and like the story, there's a lot of like lore you have to find out and dig around. It's not just given to you. You make up your own character. You don't just wake up. It's like spiky haired dude with amnesia. We need you to save the world. It's just this. It's just this dark place you get up in, and it's like, oh, the world's ending. I better do something about it.
you're like world ending. I better do something about it. Oh shit, I can't do anything about it. It's already ending.
Oh, it's so
It's
hard.
already
I can't do
ended.
anything about it. Yeah, but I mean, shit, it's tough. But I would say now, yeah, the amount of fun I got out of those games, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
there
sure.
you go. All right, Rich, what about you? Favorite RPG franchise?
Well, right now, the one that's still at the top of my list is definitely Mass Effect 2. But as you guys already said, can't count Andromeda. So Mass Effect 2 is one of my favorites. If I had to throw another one, I would say I very much enjoyed the Deus Ex games.
Yeah, those are good. There
Yeah.
you go.
But favorite is hard to really say the best. But
Yeah, but for the question, it is like your favorite franchise, not like single game. That's what makes it.
yeah,
That's what makes
I
it
guess-
tricky.
Yeah, I guess
that's
I-
what makes
I'll
it
change-
tricky.
Yeah, because putting it like that, I guess I would change my answer to Mass Effect.
Yeah,
Even with Andromeda, because those three games alone are better than anything I played from Final Fantasy, including 7.
damn.
But I guess the reason why I picked Final Fantasy at first is because I was just thinking about sort of its longevity and
Yeah.
its sustainability throughout the years. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I also do want, even though the second one was a little questionable, I do want to give a shout out because I do at least need to throw one Western franchise in there to Dragon Age. I really like the first one. I really like the last one, Inquisition. 2, even though I liked it, it didn't really get good for me until like the last quarter of it. That's when I'm like, oh, this is fucking good. The first like 3 quarters, I was pissed off at the game, But Dragon Age is good stuff too. It's like that's like more of a classic medieval type of RPG, but it's still good stuff. Also inspired by Game of Thrones or A Song of Ice and Fire to be technical.
Game of Thrones before it was Game of Thrones.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Anyway, Brett, go ahead, man. What's your answer?
I have never played a Fallout game that I didn't enjoy thoroughly.
I knew it.
Yeah, I know. That,
hey Brian,
I was waiting for it.
I'm
I
wondering.
well, I mean, I'm inclined to agree with Chris on Dark Souls, but the reason that I give Fallout the edge is it had a massive shift. Like I was a fan of Fallout 1 and 2, like the old school ones. And then it completely changed, and I still liked it just as much, and I've enjoyed every incarnation. Like I haven't played a bad Fallout game. It's been kind of glitchy, but I've still enjoyed the shit out of each and every one that I've played.
If I played Fallout 1 and 2, that might be my answer, but I never did.
Well, those are two completely different games, Fallout 1 and 2, compared to what happened when Bethesda bought them.
Yeah, but Brett actually did play those games.
Yeah, those are fun. You can still play them. There's another one on Switch.
They're what?
What?
Oh, you're talking about Fallout Shelter?
No, the which one? Wastelands 2 director's cut. That's the same group.
Oh, that's the original group.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Adam?
Got to be The Division. Love it. That was great. That was a
Yeah,
great
it is
RPG.
technically an RPG. That is
Oh,
true.
it is.
But there's only one.
That really threw him. That got me hooked.
That's not even a franchise yet.
It's not a
I don't-
franchise.
It doesn't matter. It's the next one.
doesn't matter.
The next one is already booked, so it's not even like, oh well, if they ever do make a second, it's coming out. So it is a franchise, and it brought me into that genre hardcore because Fallout was sort of there, but I never really finished them. I would just jump in and get pretty far, and then like, I'm done. Man, even Persona. Remember, I jumped in Persona, and then the same thing. And I forgot what day it was, and I woke up and forgot what day it was in the game, and I was like, shit, I can't do this.
Shout out to
And so-
Persona, by the
Yeah.
way.
Hell yeah,
Persona.
man.
Hey, I have a quick question for you guys.
What's up?
Where does Monster Hunter World rank on this list?
Ah, that's a good one. I don't consider that. I don't consider that an RPG. I don't consider that an RPG.
I wouldn't even consider the Division an RPG. It's just that's
Oh,
RPG
please.
elements.
No, everything is RPG on that.
Ubisoft,
Call of Duty has RPG.
No.
Ubi-
Not on that
Ubisoft said
level.
it's an RPG. Ubisoft said it's an RPG, so we
Who
have no
cares what
choice.
Ubisoft thinks, man?
Hey, listen, hold on. Whoa. If you go with Nintendo saying that the Switch is a console, you have to go with Ubisoft saying it's an RPG, man.
Yo, that's what they're calling it.
Yeah, if the company calls it that, like
Exactly.
I personally don't think it's RPG, but Ubisoft calls it, I have to go with it. You know.
It is an RPG. You get knee pads that improve your accuracy.
There you go. Exactly. And they all have different specs and stuff and different abilities. You know?
So does
So
Call
now-
of Duty. So I guess
Call
that's
of Duty.
No,
RPG.
no. Not Call of Duty.
You
Not on
do
that
damage
level.
somehow.
Please.
You know, so
It's like, how
No
dare
offense.
you?
You also have special powers.
Yeah. Anyway,
Remember,
Brian,
has
go
your
ahead. Man.
durability.
Yeah, Brian, what's your favorite RPG?
hands down, Divinity. Divinity Original Sin.
Oh, nice.
One of the best RPGs I played in a long time. I like it even more than Witcher 3, which is really weird.
Excuse me.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty much Monty Python as an RPG. Like that's pretty much the best way to explain it. Like if you like the crass and like up his own ass and just how humorous Monty Python can be sometimes, then Divinity is for you. If you don't, then stay clear.
Yeah. Hey, nobody said Elder Scrolls. I thought Brett, you were gonna say that.
Scrolls.
I feel like they watered down Skyrim a bit too much. Like, and I only played from 3 onward, so yeah. Plus, I like Fallout more.
All right.
It's more iconic. I'm more of a Fallout fanboy than I am an Elder Scrolls fanboy.
You
Gotcha.
are a Fallout boy,
Oh God.
not an Elder Scroll.
All right. Moving on. My man Matt Wheaton, who's actually joining us in the chat right now. What's going on, brother?
Mr. Wheaton.
A big fan of mechs. This is an interesting question. Let's see if we can actually answer this one. Right. Considering my love for RPGs and mechs, I want to know what your favorite RPGs, Japanese or Western, with mechs are.
Favorite RPG with mechs in them. You know, there's only a one that
And
really fits in that.
There's
that
only one
category.
game that I know of. Like, Matt, please
Armored
give us a
Core.
list. Like, the only one I can think of is Xenogears.
Xenogears, yeah.
I think Armored Core.
Yeah,
That's another one.
That's not an RPG.
That's not an
though.
RPG, yeah.
And I can't think of
Ubisoft
anything.
RPG there.
Oh, see, why you hated Division now? Damn, Carlos. Go to Korea already. Get the fuck out.
Oh damn!
No, I know Adam's favorite RPG with a robot in it.
But it
Titanfall
wasn't.
2.
But it wasn't an RPG. I wish it was. I was gonna say, but it's not an RPG. It's just you get like 2-3 weapons and that's it. It's like,
Yo, man, they give you knee pads that make your mech stronger. Right?
Yo,
damn,
you know Adam is a dude, bro, when his favorite RPG is the fucking Division.
damn right for life.
He lives it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
I think I can answer that question.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Near Automata.
I mean, they have robots in them, but they're like not really connected to anything. Like it's like the shoot 'em
And that's
up
not
part.
really an RPG anyway.
Yeah, that's like that's the thing. Like a lot of games have RPG elements, but are they really RPGs?
Yeah,
like,
no.
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 I mean, like I mean, because officially, like Nier is essentially just a platinum game. It's it's like
It's a hack and
it's
slash
like,
game, dude.
It's a hack and slash
yeah.
game, like like Devil May Cry or any of
Yeah.
those other games,
Or
like God of
Vanquish
War
or
and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And Vanquish is not. It's weird because that game is a shooter, the third-person shooter.
But Nier is also a third-person shooter.
Yeah.
it's everything.
He says front mission.
Is that a
Our missions are
Front mission or RPG, yeah.
Yeah, you know what?
And it
All
does
right.
have mechs,
All right.
so there we go.
Front mission, though I've never played it.
Yeah, I've never played those games, so I don't know. So,
fair.
that does qualify.
That does qualify.
And by the way, because I forgot, does Xenosaga have mechs? I don't remember that game having mechs.
I remember just having androids, but I don't remember mechs. I mean, dude, you played all those games back in the day. You don't remember what they had in them?
No, I only played the first one, believe it or not. I never got
That's
around
when
to
you
the
played
others. I owned the others. I never got around to playing them.
Oh,
you know?
oh.
But yeah, I can't say I've played any RPGs with mechs in them. So sorry, bud. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like. It's not that I don't like mechs, but I've never, with the exception of Xenogears, that is probably the only RPG with mechs in it
Yeah.
that I've ever played. And
Ironic.
go ahead.
Oh, it's just ironic because combat or mech suits seem to be the most reasonable explanation for the powering up of RPG elements.
Oh yeah, definitely. But there hasn't. I mean, there are games like Armored Core where you put more stuff onto your mech, but it's not really an RPG. It's more of like a third-person shooter type of battle game.
Oh no, it makes sense. I'm just saying, it makes way more sense to augment your mech with special synaptic rotors or some shit like that increase your dexterity than being like, hey, check it out, man, these pants make me more dexterous, now I can do a backflip.
Yeah. By the way, Matt says that you guys may want to get on front mission, especially since Left Alive, which is set in the same universe, is coming next year. Left Alive is the game that Shinkawa was doing the art for.
Oh, okay. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the way they set that thing up, it's not going to be like, oh, you need to play front mission, to get this thing.
Aren't
done.
front mission games on DS or something? I don't know if we have access to those games now. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, they used to be
Fucking
console
Anthem's
games.
coming.
Did they? Were they? I never played those games. Never paid any attention, so I wouldn't know.
Mm-hmm.
This is essentially what Anthem is.
Oh man.
Just saying.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on here. His next question is: since CD Projekt RED is doing Cyberpunk 2077, this is an interesting question. Would it be possible for a joint collaboration between CD Projekt RED and possibly Nihon Falcom or any JRPG developer to give us an East meets West style Mechton Zeta joint?
Nope.
Probably not.
no
Let's just
money
be
in
real.
it.
No, that's not going to
There's
happen.
no money in it. There's no
No,
money
they're not
in
going to do that. It would be interesting for sure, but it's not going to happen.
I mean, maybe if Pacific Rim was a hit and
Yeah.
there was a demand for it, like, all right, now we're going to use that name and we're going to add all these other deep.
Pacific Rim was a hit.
It wasn't.
Not.
They made a
No, it
sequel.
wasn't.
It made a
Yeah,
sequel.
and how well did that
Yeah.
sequel do?
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and
you said
that's-
Pacific
and-
Rim,
and-
not Pacific Rim 2?
That was-
no, Pacific Rim was
Rim
not.
actually did not do very
It
well.
didn't
In
do
fact,
very well.
Yeah, it did.
No, it didn't.
no,
Want me to bust out the numbers?
Go ahead. It didn't
Yeah,
do
bust
well.
out the numbers.
it did enough, but there's a reason why they
There's
didn't
a
make a
reason the
sequel.
game
They
didn't
didn't
come.
make a sequel
The
for
movie,
so long.
the movie was in the sequel
Well, that's-
was almost like people didn't think it was going to come out because they were like, oh, we don't think it is going to come out because the movie didn't do that well. You
And
know?
the-
Pacific Rim
Didn't
did
the lead-
$411 million in
how
the box
much?
office.
How much?
$411 million.
What? How much did it do in
Fake
America?
news.
How much
Fake
did,
news.
how much-
Domestically, 101.
yeah, see, I knew it.
See, there it
I
is.
knew
That's
yeah.
why.
That's
Yeah,
why.
Chinese people love that movie,
Yeah,
though.
that makes sense.
It made all of its money in the other markets, kind of like the way Hellboy did too, where it's like when it got out to tape and it got on around the world.
Only in America
If you-
could a movie make $100 million and be considered a failure.
Well,
by
I mean, the
way.
biggest one for that was that Warcraft movie. And
Mhm.
Warcraft movie pretty much bombed here, but blew up huge overseas.
Mhm.
Hey, listen, we love Pacific Rim too. To me, Pacific Rim is like one of the few movies that came out this century that is a classic, so
Pacific Rim, to me, is just that really crazy porn. That was, whoa.
it's fucking amazing. Man. You're crazy, Adam. I just got the joke. But yeah, no, to answer your question, it's not going to happen. Sorry, It would be interesting, but it ain't happening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like-
hard, it's hard enough to get Western and Japanese developers to get along. It's
Yeah.
really rare for that shit to happen.
Exactly. You know, Riku should have been here. That's his favorite game company, Falcom.
Do they make those battle game things that he likes?
They make the Trails in the Sky games, which are Riku's favorite RPGs, actually. Like Trails in the Sky, Cold Steel. That's his
Trails.
They make that. They also make the East games, which are also his
Chancleta
favorite.
games.
Chancleta, yeah. Right.
Chocolate games, nice.
Yeah. He's a Pacific Rim is standing alongside the new Blade Runner as my favorite movie of all time. Interesting.
Ooh, what the new Blade Runner?
The new Blade Runner or the old one? Let's get this straight.
Yeah.
By the way,
Blade Runner
I
is
fucking love the new
good.
Blade
It's
Runner.
actually a very good film.
Yeah, I
Let me
don't
say
know if
that
I'll put it
Going on Black
This is a
Metal.
gaming podcast too. The new Blade Runner I preferred to the old
Yeah.
one.
He says.
I think.
Go
ahead.
no, he says Trails of Cold Steel 2 has mechs in it. There you go. Never played those games either, bro. Sorry.
No.
Oh man, I've been wanting to play those games.
Anyway, let's move on here. Mr. Figs. So he goes, "Hey, I subbed on Twitch. Congratulations on your success. Thank you, man."
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
All right, his first question.
Appreciate
Hey, listen, I appreciate the sub obviously, but like your first question makes me go, dude. Did you not watch the episode 2 days ago? He wants to get our thoughts on Jason Schreier, his whole thing. But we literally have a whole segment on that, bro. So please refer to the last episode to get our thoughts on Jason Schreier pretty much shitting on people who don't like microtransactions. We did a whole thing on that. So his next question is, this is a good one. What is your favorite gaming world of 2018? He goes, for me, it is Yakuza Kiwami 2. I love the sub-stories, casino, gambling, karaoke, cabaret clubs, golf, batting cages, in addition to the great story of the main game. Yeah, Yakuza Kiwami 2, that's a good one. Same world as the other Yakuza, so that's definitely one. But yeah, what about you guys? What is your favorite gaming world of 2018 so far? Rich, I'm going to go to you first, man. What's your favorite gaming world of this year?
This is pretty tough.
say it, Red Dead.
It didn't come out yet.
You might as well. It's still this year. He didn't say.
No, it's so far. He said so far. The shit ain't out yet,
He's like, yes, sir.
Well, does it have to be a world in which you're interacting with people, or is it just?
No, it could just be
What
any
is it
game world.
Playing that you don't interact. What,
Yeah, you don't have to interact. It just be the game world,
like Myst?
Yeah, that could be that is a game world. Every game
But that's
world's a
not
game
this
world.
year, is what I'm saying.
No,
What game
no,
came
but
out
it's
this
got to be.
year?
Yeah, it's got to be this year. It's got to be this year. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, Return to the Rapture.
Well, I do have two. I really enjoy Far Cry 5, the way that they captured Montana. I know it's a realistic world, so I don't know if that's necessarily qualifies. And I'm really enjoying Forza Horizon 4. Yeah, the way, because I was actually playing that for pretty much all day today. Yeah.
Brian goes down those roads weekly to get to work. So he knows. He said it himself. He was like, that's a countryside. He said, I pass those streets on the way to get coffee. I know those streets. Right, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know why people joke. I mean, shit with the Division, whenever you run down those streets, come on, all of us pretty much, most of us, we've walked those streets. We know. We're like,
Yeah,
oh,
we
shit,
know
I
that.
know what that is. All right, so it's not that far-fetched. And that takes place, driving around England and stuff, and that's where, Brian's from. Jolly old, so I'm sure he knows.
Yep. Anyway, Adam, since you're talking, what's your answer?
Oh, shit. My answer, I don't play anything new this year. Think about that. Like, all the games that I like, that I really love the world, didn't come out this year. I mean, what came out? Maybe Spider-Man? That was kind of fun. That felt fun.
It's like you're like interesting. You're like semi New York that they created.
Yeah. It was what it is. It's a game world of New York, and that was fine. I enjoyed it. I like the slapping fives at people in the street and picking up the newspaper and reading stuff, and some people talking smack and stuff. That was fun.
We hate you, Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's like, you hate you, and the guy, no, don't hate him. He's cool. And then later on, somebody's like, that's not the real one. Where'd you get that outfit? So. Yeah, I would say Spider-Man then. I'll just do Spider-Man then.
All right, that's fair enough. Manny, did you play any games this year that came out this year besides Spider-Man?
What are you talking about? I'm currently playing one right now. It's called God of War.
Ah, yes, that's right. I don't know
Is
what
that a
that
world?
accent was
Yeah,
all
'cause
about, though.
It's a world. It's
It's a
definitely-
world. It's a world. So
It's
which one of those do you count?
What?
What's
God
your
of War?
favorite game? What's your favorite game world of 2018, dude?
I would have to say the God of War one because it definitely feels like you're just kind of transported into this whole world that has its own lore and all these different rules. I kind of like that sort of stuff where it's like, it's not just like a half step. It's like, hey, look, you're in New York and it's kind of like New York, So I really like that it has all this additional stuff to it. I also feel the same way about like, at least from a previous generation where we're going through the Batman games where it's like, oh, this is a part of Gotham City that was sunk into the ground, and underneath it is a giant amusement park, and underneath that is is a 1800 town. What?
Yeah. Brett, go ahead. Favorite game world of 2018.
Honestly, so far it's Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like they do a really good job of repainting ancient Greece, and it's a really cool time period.
Stazione.
Nice. That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Who doesn't want to be a Spartan and murder people?
Yeah, man.
Sparta. Do they do that part? Do they do that battle?
Oh, you
yeah.
get a Sparta
Like the
kick,
Persians?
and like I go out of
Get
my
the
way.
Sparta
Well,
kick.
I know I've seen people go crazy with the Spartan kick, but I mean, like, is that battle there? Like, do you have big battles in the game?
The game actually takes place after the events
After
of
that?
300.
Yeah, after yeah.
Okay.
Like,
They
but
talk about
they're
Leonidas,
directly
like,
related.
Well, the two characters are like descended from him.
Yeah.
Leonidas was my father.
Well, he did have kids, so
Yeah,
Well,
see?
like the whole point is instead of an assassin's blade, you're carrying around the broken spear of Leonidas.
Nice. That's awesome.
did they add that history mode that they added in Origins?
They're
Is
going
that in
to.
there?
They're going to.
They're going to.
Yeah. Hey, Brett, I got another one for you, man. Detroit. What'd you think of that one?
That was a really cool. I hadn't thought about that. That was actually a really cool game world. I mean, I wouldn't say it was really something incredibly different, but it was really well executed. The idea of slightly, it's not even cyberpunk, but slightly futuristic dystopian. Like, I mean, that's not like, oh my god, this is the first game I've ever played that did that. But like, they did a really good job of making it feel real, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I just wanted to shout that out because I really like that game world too. Chris, go ahead.
I'd say it's a toss-up between Midgard from God of War and the new world in Monster Hunter World.
Ooh.
For me, I mean, Midgard is beautiful, and all the shit they were able to do with that map was crazy. Especially, well, when the World Serpent comes out, right, and the
Yeah.
map starts shifting around and all that shit. Like that was epic. The giant stuff was epic. All the stuff you could do on that map and the crazy fights Kratos has. I mean, I won't spoil it, but everybody should experience that shit. So that was fantastic. That whole world's fantastic, right? But Monster Hunter had all these interesting maps and the way they arrange it, like it's different from the old games because they go to like this new continent and everything's laid out pretty good. I like it. It's beautiful environments and shit, and they're all different. So yeah.
Nice. All right. Matt Whedon goes, my favorite game world is both the Yakuza world and Fist of the North Star because one, Ryoga Gotoko are awesome game developers, and two, rolling around in a post-apocalyptic wasteland looking for Space Harrier arcade machines as Kenshiro equals fucking metal. I love it. Long time. Yeah, I forgot the stupid theme song of this game.
It's not you are
No,
shark.
it's not that. They have their own one, but it's also the cheesy Japanese English stuff. Like it's funny because I had that song because they play that fucking song constantly. Anyway, who am I? Brian, go ahead.
I ain't played shit this year.
Oh well, skip you then, Carlos.
Yo, man, I'm skipping you.
Go ahead, Carlos.
Let's be honest, it's gonna be Red Dead Redemption, but I'm gonna say so far God of War. I just felt like the whole map was well thought out. Like I want to give a shout out also like Chris did to Monster Hunter, but I just think that the environments are a lot similar. Like I don't know, I just like the environments and I like how monsters just like get into fight with each other and stuff like that. I thought that part of the world, that aspect was pretty awesome. But I don't know. I just felt like God of War was just better fleshed out than a lot of other ones.
Yeah, one of my answers was Monster Hunter, because the thing with Monster Hunter, you kind of do have to put a little bit of your imagination into it, because it's just giant battle arenas. But I really like the whole concept of like we got this whole new world to explore. That was really cool. But yeah, my favorite game world of this year is actually Dragon Quest XI. It's just a very inviting, warm type of world that I really enjoy. I really like talking to NPCs in the game, the monster designs, the levels, and all that. It's just one of those games. Like I'm like, hey, if I had to live in a game world, I want to live there, because that seems like a really fun place to live. You know,
I don't know. They had doctors and stuff like that.
yeah, they got doctors. You know, if you get sick, you know, they got magic to heal you. You know,
Yeah,
magic. That's voodoo shit.
they got that MacGuffin, you know, called magic.
yeah, they got magic. Yeah, it's just a really nice world. The whole Akira Toriyama art style I really enjoyed. It's like everything reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z. I'm like, oh, that's that. You know, it's awesome, man. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite game world of this year. You know, which is
Wait, I just saw someone else in the chat. This guy named Adam just had a question. He wants to know, what world would you like to live in?
like a game world.
Yeah, you just said that. What else? Who else would like to live in? What crazy world?
The other game world I would like to live in, I'm pretty sure we answered this before.
We've never talked about that.
I'm pretty sure we have.
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
No.
Adam.
Fucking with you, right?
A game that you would want to go in? Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my answer for now. All right. Moving on here. I'm not about to rail this shit for some craziness. Spacey's Pleasure Yacht, man. So his question is, what game song or overall soundtrack defines you as a gamer? Very interesting. He goes, and if you can't answer that, just tell us what your favorite game song is.
Game song.
Yeah, that defines you as a gamer, or soundtrack.
Man, I mean, this is
That's
like
a hard one.
recency bias, but that fucking Persona 5 soundtrack, man.
Yeah, that one's really fucking good.
Man, that shit. Like I still think about that shit. Like
Yeah,
those, like I just those tunes just come into my head. I'm working. I'm stressed out. Like I'm not listening to anything. I'm just thinking about fucking code, and then just that fucking song is like what's that like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, God damn it, here we go. It's like
Hey, that's my theme. That's my theme song for my PS4. You know, dun 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 dun. Yeah, man, great fucking soundtrack.
The town music.
Yeah. Then when it starts singing on top of it later on, like, man, you motherfuckers are crazy right now with the soundtrack. I bought that soundtrack, by the way. I don't buy game soundtrack. I bought that soundtrack. I wanted that shit.
I do have to mention one thing about this generation, which is actually pretty cool, which nobody seems to talk about, is dynamic music. Where essentially the music changes dynamically while you play the game. In other words, where it's like, you know, it'll start off one way, and then all of a sudden you walk into one area, then there's another version of the song, but with vocals on it playing in perfect sync with the other version. So even Spider-Man does the damn thing when you like swing around, and the more awesome things that you do, like the music it gets all big, and then all of a sudden you land on the ground, and it slowly fades out, and it's all like street noises.
I like fucking with it because like I'll just stand still, jump off a building, and then I'll just stop, and then music stops, and then also it's funny, man. Let's see, who am I going to start with? Actually, I want to hear this one. Brian, what soundtrack defines you as a gamer?
I'm guessing that it's not limited to this gen or time limited.
Anything,
No,
yeah.
it can be anything, man.
Hands down, God of War 3. That is my
that's a
favorite
good
soundtrack
Yeah.
in any game in a long time. Every single boss battle. There's so many songs I love.
the title screen music is fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
Everything's awesome. Like all the boss battles, all the encounters.
Everything is awesome.
Lovely. In fact, I actually love it so much so that I've included it in my workout.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Spartan workout.
I will give you the Spartan workouts.
It just makes you feel like you just like punch a wall or something.
Right, it's like
punch walls.
using shit. Like,
Do you not feel the power of the gods?
Yeah. What's going on, Mighty Nerd? I hope you're still hyped about the cell processor coming back in PS5. Manny, what about you, man?
I mean, there's so many that I enjoy. I mean, I would have to say, you know, as of recently, I would have to say the both Gravity Rush soundtracks. They're just this really nice kind of like fun jazz, like lighthearted music. You know, a lot of the times games kind of take things so seriously. You know, and I noticed that a lot of Japanese companies have been putting out these kind of really kind of fun sort of soundtracks that just kind of uplift you. And Carlos was talking about it even with the Persona one, where it's like there's all this really cool jazz music. It's really this really kind of like light music that's really fun to listen to. So yeah, Gravity Rush and 1 and 2, because they're kind of a part of each other.
Nice. What about you, Rich?
So it's hard for me to pick one that defines me, because that requires a lot of thought. And by the way, that is a phenomenal question.
Yes.
Yeah. But I have to say, I really, really like the soundtrack for Nier Automata.
Also, an amazing soundtrack.
Yes. Yes.
Nice. All right, Brett.
I am probably gonna have to go with Checkground Radio.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Before or after the Rob Zombie song in there?
Before the fucking Rob Zombie song, excluding the goddamn Rob Zombie song. It was the weird. That's the thing, is it was all this weird, like, experimental Japanese
stuff,
techno.
and then like, hey, let's throw some Rob Zombie remix of Dragula in the game.
It stood out, so, like, and it ruined the flow of all the other songs too. Like, you're just rolling around jamming. It's like this weird, happy, manic. Like, it makes you want to do crazy stunts and shit like that. So you're running along jamming, and then that fucking Rob Zombie song comes on.
God damn it, Matt Wheaton, you stole my answer.
Well, we didn't hear it, so you can still say it.
Okay. Yeah. Good thing is I actually had something like I had like proper video game soundtracks, but he just like, yeah, that's the one for me. Brutal Legend soundtrack. This is fucking metal. There you go. Every song, man. Yeah, but if we're talking about traditional stuff, Street Fighter 2 soundtrack specifically, Manny, you know what I'm gonna say? Specifically, the 3DO remixes.
Those are
fucking
awesome.
Amazing. And of course, gotta give a big shout out Sonic CD. That soundtrack still fucks me up. You know?
Can I give a shout out to Bard's Tale?
Sure.
I know the music in that game was a lot of times like singing, but it was fucking hilarious.
There you go. All right, Adam, what about you?
Gears of War. I love that shit.
How'd that go again?
All right, Carlos.
Already went.
Okay, who didn't go? Because I'm skipping around. I shouldn't do that. Go ahead, Chris.
I'd say for me, it's has to be the Metal Gear Solid soundtrack.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, the first game soundtrack was so fantastic. All the sneaking mission stuff and the dramatic music and the action music was so good, you know.
Yeah, you hear that mission, like, you hear the music from that game, you want to like run through a wall, you know? It's crazy.
Dun. Snake!
Yeah.
Snake!
Oh man.
Or how come nobody has said, oh,
yeah, Carlos.
It's one that you remember, but it's not one that you love. Like, I can't play that in the background. I'm sure Carlos can't play that one.
Of course, you got to give a big shout out to Mega Man 2, the ultimate soundtrack right there. You know, great fucking. Yeah, man. Oh my god.
We're out to Bloodborne too. I think that had a better soundtrack than the Dark Souls games. It was good. It was epic.
But you know, it's funny because like for Bloodborne, it only comes at specific moments, and that's those boss battles, and it had that kind of epic.
Yeah, because the rest of the game is quiet as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, then you get to the boss battles and it's these like crazy orchestra.
You're like, oh, there's music in this. Oh,
let's see some of the chat here. Kristen says Killer Instinct. That's good.
Killer Instinct.
Barry Burns says the best soundtrack is Camp California for TurboGrafx 16 CD.
Why wouldn't you say Resident Evil?
Yeah. Contract is good too, man. Hell yeah. All right, man. Where are we right now? Okay. What are your thoughts on the Bully 2 rumor, and what era and theme or tone would you want it to be? What pot shots would you love Rockstar to cross the line? All right, Bully 2 rumor, what is he talking about? I have no idea.
There's talk that they're
There's
working
always-
on a Bully 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
But I think that's just people thinking about what other IPs they have, and we know they can't bring back Manhunt because it caused too much controversy. So yeah, bring back Bully.
So how would you want him to bring it back? Like what era and what other stuff?
Era of Bully?
Yeah, what no era is like, 90s, 80s. Like what do you want out of the
Do
next
it
Bully?
now.
Yeah,
Do it now and poke fun of all of the weird social justice shit that's going on.
Especially in college campuses nowadays. Oh my god, that'd be like gold right there,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
It would be complicated.
It
Good
would
luck
be.
trying to release that shit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with all this shit
do it,
going
though.
on.
Rockstar
But
could
then
do it.
if they're doing it, then they have to add all their fake social medias. They can't just have Facebook like they did in the other one.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have fake Snapchat, fake Twitter, fake all of that shit.
Yeah, man, that'd be dope. They could do it. Rockstar could do it. It's interesting how they never brought another Bully, because wasn't that first game like really well received?
It was well received, but it didn't do incredibly well.
Oh, maybe that's wrong.
And it was also marred with a bunch of controversy.
Interesting.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
thing about that was like the game actually promoted a fairly positive message about like not bullying. Like it was about bullying the bullies. It was about like
They had
go ahead.
well, they had to change the name because of that in Europe. They got a different version. They didn't get Bully. They got something else. What was
They
the name of it?
named, they
Brian?
named it after the school.
Yeah, that's what they named after school.
Whatever I thought it was just a bully simulator, so they freaked out.
Yeah, because
Idiots.
they heard the name Bully and they automatically no.
And in the picture it shows a guy getting bullied, but that's not you. You're the one being bullied in that one.
That's interesting. Confession, I've never played that game. I always wanted to. I just never got around to it.
The mechanics were weird, and it was a lot of mini games and timed mini games. That's the only thing that pissed me off. That I had to get up, I had to get to certain places, or else I missed my class, and then I had to run around and do other shit, and then hopefully fix that the next day.
Yeah, but yeah, and if anybody
like,
could get,
like Persona.
Yeah, like Persona, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, guys in the chat, please ask us some questions. Except you, Matt. You already timed out. You already asked us 2 questions. But yeah, feel free to. Otherwise, we're gonna end the show in about 10 minutes. You don't want that. Glorious War. Hussein, I'm looking at you, brother. All right.
You got things. You know what you want.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Hash Sling and Slasher, and his question is: do you prefer playing games on a monitor or a TV?
TV.
TV.
I use TV.
Not even a contest. TV.
Sports.
TV. Sports.
TV sports.
I
TV.
prefer playing it on a monitor.
All right, for the monitor guys, why? Mine's is simple because my TV's bigger than my monitor. Simple as that, And also, I could stand like feet away from my TV as opposed to like inches from my monitor.
That's where my couch is.
Yeah. See, there you go.
I prefer just playing games in my living room on my, on a console. So
Yeah. Plus, I don't want to
the
work. I don't want to play on the thing I work on. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
yeah, same here. Yeah, that's how I feel. I've sit at a computer all day.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm the variable to that whole thing because I have in my game room, my setup is my TV and console all set up, and my PC are all set up on my TV. So I use everything on the TV.
So you still prefer a TV over a monitor?
Yeah. But I also use it as my PC.
So I'm guessing Carlos and Brian are the only guys that prefer monitors, right?
I guess I don't know. I can't speak for Brian.
I'm
but-
speaking for Brian.
No real preference.
Oh,
Like,
really?
I actually don't really mind the difference.
I'm shocked by this.
I guess my monitor, because it's ultra wide and things just look nice when it's like there's more screen space.
That's
But
what
apart from that, like it's just I have no preference. Like again, like I only use the well, I've been using the same thing for the same purpose. So I use a monitor for both watching TV and playing games. So hence, and I sit like a fair distance away. So hence, I've never really felt the need to be like, oh, one's better than other one's. Like, no, they both serve the same purpose. Monitors generally are cheaper and lighter, so I guess on technicality basis, I prefer monitors. But to me, yeah, whatever.
But you know it's cheaper and lighter than a monitor.
What?
Switch.
Brett, I have been waiting to get a good Switch deal. Like, I'm not
really?
lying to you. Like, I am tempted by a Switch.
Don't you know
And-
there's another version of the Switch that's coming out really soon?
I'm waiting to see what happens to see if Nintendo will not allow me to sail the high seas or not. So that's the
shit.
ultimate
I'm
deciding
surprised
factor.
by this.
This is again, like I never said that I was not going to buy a Switch. I was just waiting like to see what games, and the games seem all right, and B, and this is where Brett's gonna get quite happy.
Uh-oh.
I'm interested in the portability factor. Like I like the idea of taking games on the go. Yes, I know. Sorry, Tony, but that's a thing for me. Like
Brian,
I
I pegged you. Yo, Brian, I'm gonna be real with you right now. I pegged you wrong. I figured you wouldn't want anything to do with the Switch just because of the fact that it's so like weak. You know, compared because you're a PC guy. You're like, why would you downgrade like that? You know, so I guess I pegged you wrong.
Why
so,
would you
Well,
silly
he
yourself?
said it. He said
The portability,
deciding
yeah,
factor
yeah.
is a portability.
Yeah, okay,
Why-
that's interesting. By the way,
That's the same
I
thing for me.
admit,
That's the same thing for me. I don't plug that shit into my console. I don't even know what my dock is.
Brian, why would you sully yourself?
Exactly.
thing, though.
with this inferior Switch.
Because I have a PC.
With such an inferior device.
See, that's the thing. Like, if the Switch was only that I could like plug it in at home and that was it, then there's no point. Because again, I have a PC, so hence I have that better experience waiting for me at home. But on the go, I only have my phone, and my phone doesn't really have all that great game. Like my phone, my phone does not have Zelda. Like my phone does not have like all the games that the Switch does. So hence it's kind of like I'm just limited to that. Whereas like Switch, like hey, you can play all these like all right games on the Switch and do them like on the go. Like okay, that's not like fun.
All right.
All these all right games.
Oh, come on.
Right there. All these all right games.
No, but think about it. It's like it's better to play an all right game than an all right game on Switch than a shit game on your phone. So
Yes.
that actually makes perfect sense to me.
I just love the way it was like you could play a bunch of all right games on your Switch, or you can play
I'm
other
not-
crap games on your phone.
Yeah,
You guys know I'm being real here, so
Oh yeah,
What?
definitely.
you faking
Yeah, so-
motherfucker.
that genuinely
Whoa,
interests
whoa,
me.
whoa, 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 whoa.
Come on, keep going, Brian.
And plus, there may be a time when I start dating a woman who has a younger brother, and that thing helps sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, Brian's thinking
Hey.
ahead, man. I like this shit.
See, I'm a thinking man here. You know, I think ahead of the future. You know,
Yeah.
how can I make this thing benefit me? Like, okay, this makes sense.
I mean, it's smart. It's smart.
Hey, Card, think about the future.
Oh man. All right. What the fuck are we right now? Okay. Well, the first part of his question is what are the top 3 games of all time? But we answered that shit many fucking times. So we're gonna get to the second part of this same question. Will your top 3 favorite games of all time change in the next year with Red Dead Redemption 2 and with all the other great games coming out? That's a good question right there.
To be honest, like all-time favorite.
Yeah,
doesn't actually
let me.
change
Yeah, that's what I'm
much.
saying. Like, has anybody's all-time favorite games actually changed within the last 5 years? Mine
Yes.
haven't. You know,
Mine has.
I
I
added
added.
my list.
I added.
so I'm gonna ask it to you guys then. For you know, do you think your top 3 favorite games can change within the next year or two?
Probably not within the next year or two.
It's
But,
about to change in 2 weeks. What are you talking about? Red Dead? Shit. Are you kidding
maybe
me?
when the online comes out eventually.
Forget. Oh, you and on, please go play your 76 shit. That's all online. Did you hear that? Did you hear what they were telling people?
I'm gonna enjoy the shit out of it.
Holy rubnecks! They were like, "Yo, this is all online. Stop with the bickering." Okay, you're right. You're right. It's all online. We're taking a risk. That's what they said. We're taking a risk. They
Right.
got money.
So yeah, do you think your top 3 games of all time is going to change anytime soon, guys?
In the next few years, it might. There seems to be a cycle to these things, and I would imagine within the first couple of years of the PS5, there will be some big games coming out that'll probably eke into my top 10. Oh, I'd say each generation, out of my top 10, like I maybe shuffle out 2, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, mine hasn't really changed, to be honest. So I don't see that happening to me. The thing is, I'm just gonna be honest right now. The older you get, the more in your ways you get stuck. So that's not gonna change, But with that said, last generation I did have 2 games jump in there. But this generation hasn't happened yet. Like the 2 games that came into top 2 and 3 respectively, Mass Effect 2 and Uncharted 2. But Metal Gear Solid 3 has remained my top game since 2005, and that's never going to change.
Was that really a game, though?
Fuck yeah, it was a game.
With all those damn 2-hour cutscenes.
Oh, but that's the thing.
You're talking about the wrong one, man. That game did not. That game had cutscenes.
No,
in
but
it,
the reason, the reason I love Metal Gear Solid 3 is because, like I said, it was the greatest movie I ever played. And that's also the same reason why I loved Mass Effect 2. It's the greatest season of TV I ever played. Uncharted 2, the greatest action movie I've ever played. Like me, you know me. I like my cinematic shit.
Well, let me ask you this though. Like, is GTA 5 your favorite GTA?
No. That would be it's always a toss up between Vice City and San Andreas. Those games could never be top for me.
So you don't think Monster Hunter is one of your top 10?
No, top 3. We're talking about top 3 here.
I thought we were talking about
top 3. Top 3 here.
3?
Yes.
I think top 3. Okay, top 3 is a different thing. I'm going to retract my answer because top 3.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
That's formulative experience. Like you only get that as like landmark experience, kind of growing up. Like when you get as old as we do, like the nostalgia factor is hard, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying.
You're not going to get like Final Fantasy VII may not hold up to what it used to be, but you can't compare it to the experience that it was at the time.
That's what I'm saying. Like the older you get, I doubt it's going to change.
Well, that's true, but this generation started when I was in my early 20s, and no way in hell any of these fucking games are in my top 3.
Yeah, this generation, there's no games that are in my top 3.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I want to say, I would estimate actually that if you took people's top 3 games, most of them come from their childhood, between
Pac-Man.
10 and 15, maybe, or even younger.
Nope.
Nope.
Mass Effect 2, Fallout 3, those came out when I was like 19.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
I don't know how
Too
well-
young.
Shit,
You're the
man.
baby.
He's such a little baby.
All right, what about the rest of you guys?
Yeah, I don't think mine would change. Sorry.
Red Dead.
At least I'm right now.
Red Dead is I think Red Dead is the one with the biggest potential to do it, but if like probability wise, I would just say no. Like I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, like for me, like they still haven't top Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Nothing for me. Look at all the Metal Gear games; they're great. Like I still love the first Metal Gear Solid. And Metal Gear Solid 3 is also amazing. Like and so is Peace Walker. But for me, that's still the top one. And now with the state Konami's in, they'll never top that. They'll also never top Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. Yeah,
They're
that's
not
the
going to
thing.
replace that with a pachinko machine.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though, and this may be just the old man talking. I don't think any games that are coming up are going to be able to top anything that has come out before. I could be wrong, but that's just the way I feel. I by the way, I was thinking about the same thing with comics. I'm like, there hasn't been like a classic comic book released in like 15 years. Remember like back in the day, you used to have classics all the fucking time. Like the early 2000s was like the last era for that. Now it's all a bunch of nonsense, basically.
They say Batman White Knight's actually pretty good.
Oh, it's great, but I wouldn't consider
lines.
I wouldn't consider that a classic. But I could see why somebody would say that though. Mr. Miracle is also another one. But for video games, I think there's going to be a lot of great games that are going to make the top 20, top 50. But top 3, nah, I don't think anything's ever going to crack that for me. those titles are kind of locked in there, you know. All right,
Yeah, I agree.
Let me looking at these comments here. What's going on? All right, thank you for some questions. We got some more questions here. All right, Killer Instinct, our boy Reggie, Rich. His question is: do you think that Rockstar could name the game Bully in today's climate? That's a great question.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think they
No,
can.
they'll do that. That like
The
the
school.
UK
They'll
version, name it after the school. It would be like Bulworth Academy 2 or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right about
They could
that.
add a diffusing tagline to it, like Bully 2 fighting back, and then everybody would rally behind it.
Yeah, no, but you know, it would be difficult in today's climate for sure. You know. By the way, not to derail the conversation too much, there's this new anime called Goblin Slayer now, and people got really upset because there was so much violence. And I see the clips. I'm like, have you motherfuckers not seen old school anime? That shit is way more fucking violent.
No. It wasn't violence. There was straight up like raping and like.
And have they never seen old anime before?
Well,
you know?
and again, no, but it was implied in Goblin Slayer. I mean, you want to go back to like old Berserk or I don't know, Lily Cat or
God, old Berserk still traumatizing.
Or Mad Bull 34
Dude, Urotsuka Doji, man.
I haven't seen it. Everybody's talking about like just the big takeaway that I got from it is a lot of people were shocked just because they're using it to set up the premise of the Goblin Slayer character. So for a lot of people, it kind of like abruptly goes there with very little lead in, and people are like, "Whoa!" I just kind of fucking bunch of rape came out of nowhere. Like, well, yes and no. They're establishing that the goblins are fucking awful and that they need humans to reproduce, and they're kind of showing it viciously so that you hate them, and that all of the actions of the Goblin Slayer are then justified. I don't even need to see it to know that that's what it's doing.
Yeah, because we've never seen like goblins or demons raping a bunch of women in anime before. It's like, you know, that shit has been done before. Like, I think a lot of these kids just don't have perspective. They've never seen the old shit. You know?
I mean, to be honest, like even like since those anime that we know from like the 80s and the 90s, there has been a very big a change in the content that the Japanese have been making as far as anime.
It's a very Japanese idea, though. Like, I don't get me wrong. I think it's a good idea, and I'm gonna clarify with a pre-statement on this next statement. I want everybody to be very careful to listen to the words that I'm about to say.
Yeah, Throwdown does not condone demon raping. if we have to say that, you know.
Yeah, no.
Well, isn't raping in Red Dead 2? Like, that's what they've been saying.
Don't spoil it.
No spoiling. I mean, that's what they had when they were talking.
Anyway, Brett, go ahead. But it is weird that we have to preface it. Throwdown does not endorse demon rape.
Yeah, Throwdown does not endorse demon or goblin rape of any kind, or the assault of women in any way. But that being said, it's actually kind of an interesting story and mechanic that they're putting into the world universe. The idea being that all goblins are born male. And so the only way for a new generation of goblins to be made is for them to basically rape a bunch of women, which inherently makes the species parasitic. And one of the reasons I personally think that's not, or kind of an interesting angle, is that's very much the same themes that Geiger alluded to with the classic Alien. Like, there is heavy themes of rape in the classic Alien movie. That's part of what makes it so terrifying. And nobody's, glorifying this or anything like that. It's actually in there to be presented as a terrible thing. So it kind of creates an interesting world dynamic where, there is no good in these goblins. They're just kind of a personification of everything that's terrible, which kind of gives you the scenario to go full ham crazy on them without any repercussions. So it's an interesting world, and I see it's not out of nowhere. It's not like they're just like, oh, we're gonna throw a bunch of rape in here. They're actually, it's written into the story. And as with a lot of things, like, I'm willing to kind of overlook a lot of stuff as long as you justify it through the narrative. Again, I haven't seen it, but it's an interesting take on reproduction, because like I'm a big like Warhammer, Warcraft nerd kind of thing, and it's interesting where the creation of goblins or orcs usually come from, because they're either like made in a vat or they're made out of some kind of magic or something like this. So it's an interesting take on it that's not entirely that of just Japanese.
So I would also like to thank everybody for that segment of Otanime. That's a
Yes.
little bit.
Awesome, man. All right. So yeah, Bully, we'll see what happens. Next up, All Day Digital, man. So
Do you get that?
Yeah. So this one's a fun one. I heard that the PS5 is ready to debut. I think we're still a couple of years away from that, but he goes, when it does come out, will you guys be there on day one, or are you gonna wait a bit?
Nope.
So you're not gonna be there day one.
I've never for any release of a PlayStation even PlayStation 2, I was never there on day one. PlayStation 1, never. I've always waited for the right moment. And usually, like maybe a year or two in, then that's when all the good shit starts coming in, and that's when I
think PS2 was the last time I was day one. Like PS2, I had day one.
Because come on, let's just face it. Day one fucking games suck.
Yeah, no, I got on PS2. I remember I got Summoner, Orphan, and something, and they were all crap.
All garbage.
Terrible. Yeah.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. What if the PS5 was confirmed to be backwards compatible, and it also enhanced your existing PS4 games? Would that sway your decision?
I would still wait.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I did that on the PlayStation 3.
Well, no, I mean, but there was like no enhancing. Like PS4 and PS3 were totally different animals. Like PS4 didn't promise.
No, I'm like PS2 to 3. Because remember, the PS2 to 3 was backward compatible.
Oh, it was, yeah.
But let me ask you guys.
I still waited.
By the way, thank you for B Show for following us, and thank you for Sam Cavender. Damn, we're getting a lot of follows. Thank you, guys.
I remember Sam.
Flood the flood. So, anyway, go ahead, Brett.
Why are you guys gonna wait? Because I never wait, and even though I'm partially tempted to be like, there's probably not anything going to be coming out good right away. My PlayStation 4 sat around for a while, but here's my question. I didn't lose any money. The PlayStation didn't drop in price. It didn't wear down while not being used. The only thing I had was the option to play more games. So what's the benefit of waiting?
For me, when it was waiting, it's obviously I didn't want to make that sort of financial commitment at that point in time. Number one, on a games that I wasn't on a console that didn't have anything that I wanted to play at the time. So why would I buy a console that's just going to sit there and collect dust? I at least want 5 titles on there that I can play through. Or a Metal Gear game, let's just say.
Thank you, Effie Stoneham, by the way. We're getting a lot of follows right now. This is crazy. By the way,
get that 550,000 again. Yeah. That's why.
People are going to call me fucking pony. I'm buying that shit day 0. Fuck
Pony.
Well, I mean,
I'm buying that shit day 0. I'm having that shit motherfucker pre-ordered and all that.
The thing is that your job kind of demands it.
Oh, it does, but like I'm taking myself out of it because my job didn't exactly demand it for PS4. I bought that shit day 1. So yeah, I will be there day 1 for sure. Even though I know for a fact I'm probably not going to be playing a lot of it until like maybe 6 months later. Because when I got the PS4, I played a lot for the first month. Then after I got the Platinum and Black Flag, I didn't play this shit again until that Division. What's the name of the fucking game now? Oh my god, blanking out. Ubisoft games. The fucking Ubisoft. Everyone got hyped.
Watch Dogs?
Thank you, Brian. Watch Dogs. That's when I played again. Then after Watch Dogs, things started steadily. I played it, pretty steadily. But PS5, I'm already very hyped for this thing. So yeah, I'm ready. Yeah.
You played the other one that we got the platinum in. What's that game?
Which one?
With the vampires, The Order. Remember?
But that wasn't a debut.
That was a launch.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No. That came out like 2 years later, bro.
Yeah, 2 years later, and
it was supposed to be a launch game.
And that's about the time that I think I bought it. Maybe
what the hell was I playing? Because I got mine at launch.
Killzone, Knack.
Oh God, I bought all those games. Yeah. Yes, by the way, because I don't sell games back when I buy them. I sold back Killzone and Knack. I'm like, get the fuck out of my house. I beat them and they were gone.
I thought Knack was a pure digital. I didn't even know they made it physical.
No, it was physical. Thank you
for made a sequel to that.
Yeah, thank you, Harris Gaming, for following.
I think that the launch games are going to be better this time around. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like a
they're not. No, they're not.
The backward compatible games will be better.
They're not good. They're not gonna be better. But like you said, Brett, this console is not gonna diminish in price just because you're not playing it. So why not get it from day one? That's my reasoning at least. But if you want to wait, that's fine too. But me, I'm getting that
To
shit
be honest,
day one.
I think at least for my at least for my situation, it's like it doesn't make any sense to buy something if you're not going to be actually playing it.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
There are fewer but higher quality games being released now than there were 8 years ago. The market has inherently changed. I'm not going to say that every launch title is going to be a fucking gem, but most likely the launch titles you get this time are going to be ones turfed over from the end of this generation. Where they're like, let's optimize this, make this better, and hold it for
the last few generations.
But Brett, Brett, that's exactly what happened with this generation. Every game that was on PS3 was on PS4, and then if you really wanted to, you could hold out. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. The companies are focused on they're more focused on having a good launch this cycle than I think they've ever had before, because it's going to be strong in determining market share.
No, why?
Because it's going to be really important in determining market share, and they understand that now.
They understand. They've already done it. Manny, let me finish. So this wasn't the case last generation, and the generation before that, and generation before that, and generation before that.
When Microsoft was talking about TV, and now they just bought 5 games. What is it, up to like 7 game studios now preparing?
I guarantee you, most of those games are not going to be launch games. They're not going to be launch games. None of those.
Year 2. That's what I would expect.
I'm convinced the new Elder Scrolls is going to be a launch game. That alone.
Oh, okay. I mean, listen. If you want, if you're going to be optimistic about it, sure. I'm just going by what
his optimistic. Todd Howard pretty much said as much.
No, not about that. I'm talking about because you think there's going to be better games. I know that's not a correct word, but there's going to be better games, at launch. And
there are fewer games with a higher development budget. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be better. Like we can still get flops, but I think that the kind of release of shovelware that is plagued with a lot of launch systems, I don't think you're going to have as much of that.
All right, I disagree with that. I'm going by history here. With the exception of the Dreamcast, this is going to have the same shitty launch as every other system in history. I don't see that happening. I don't see that changing at all. You
don't think Microsoft's going to try and launch with a strong game lineup this year?
They're not, because they can't help it. They're
not this year. The next generation.
Sony
I think
won't
it
either.
will have a strong.
I don't think it will. I don't think they will.
We've talked about them acquiring the game studios and how they're obviously revving up for launch of their next generation.
Those games are not going to be ready. They're not going to be ready at launch. I said that. They're not. I seriously doubt it.
If it's 2020, damn, they're
not going to be ready. They're not going to be ready. They're not going to be ready.
Shit, I don't even know if Crackdown 3 will be ready by that time.
If they just bought these studios this year, right? And we've talked about this.
But you're assuming that those studios were just sitting around twiddling their thumbs. A lot of these studios already are working on stuff, and they start pitching it to publishers.
Yeah, so you really
knows
think
what they
How long ago did they send out dev kits? They've been working on next-gen games.
We don't know when they send them out. We don't.
They haven't sent out any
story on it.
Only do dev specs at this point in time.
Okay, well, how long ago did they send out the spec sheets that people can start designing launch games from?
We don't know. Maybe around the time when they said yes, we're working on the next generation of consoles. I don't know.
Yeah. By the way, Brett. I hope you are right. I want you to be right, but I'm just going by history.
Tony, I sent you a news story like 8 months ago, maybe even a year ago.
No, I know what you're talking about, but that was just rumors. It wasn't official yet.
It wasn't rumors. It was talking. It was confirmation from development studios saying, yes, we have our spec sheet. And I told you, if they have the spec sheet in their hands, it's because they're working on games. And you said I was making a wild assumption. I'm like, PlayStation is just going to send them the spec sheet to be like, hey, just so you guys know. That's not what happens. They send the spec sheet because they're working on a title for that console. So they're in my opinion, they've been prepping launch games with specs in mind for at least probably the last year.
Okay, I mean, we're gonna have to see. I don't think these games are going to be ready at launch
for a big AAA title.
Yeah, we've discussed that it takes 4 years to make a good.
It probably takes about 4 or 5 years.
It does. Well, it does. But how many of those years do you have to have the full spec sheet for? You don't have to have the specs before you start the game. You can start the game.
That's true.
You don't need.
You could start designing and developing developing something for it, but at the same time, once you're already starting to, when you're starting to do final program, you probably want to have a full on.
No, absolutely, but you don't need the spec sheet. You don't need the spec sheet until about 1 to 2 years into development.
I don't think, and to be honest, I don't think it's going to be 2020.
All I'm saying is 1 to 2 years of pre-development. By the time they needed the spec sheets, they got the spec sheets 3 years later. That would be a 5-year development cycle.
Yeah, by the way, shout out to GZD4 Ever Games. This is what he says. He has his hand on the crystal ball. He goes, the PS5 will launch with Street Fighter 6, PUBG, Death Stranding, and GT Sport 4K. Okay.
we definitely
Gee, you think those will be relevant? I don't know.
I think that's
Death
just.
Stranding is a launch title.
I definitely
Yeah.
do.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I agree with
I've
that.
been saying that. But yeah,
If
actually,
anything, it'll be
damn,
like-
Manny, hold on a second, Manny.
What?
If that is a launch title, would you buy the system?
Don't know. Have to see the game. Here's the thing. I'm not, I am a Kojima, game fan, but I'm not a blind Kojima fan. I will not buy everything that he puts his name on. So if it doesn't look, if it looks like it's something that I want to play immediately, yeah, then I'll put it, then I'll get it. But that doesn't mean that, if it doesn't look like something I want to play right away, I'll hold out, man.
What was the last Kojima game you didn't buy?
I didn't buy. Well, I did buy. Well, it wasn't a Kojima game.
Yeah, a Kojima produced game that you did not buy. What was it?
Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
He didn't produce that.
Yes, it is. It's a
Kojima production, but he didn't directly make the story and everything.
No, but if you're talking about,
But his name, his studio's on it, so
Yeah.
it's,
if you're talking about producer,
Yeah.
he did produce that game. He
Okay,
is
fair
one
enough.
of the
Okay, or
executive
rather, I should say,
producers.
what was the last Kojima directed game that you didn't buy?
No, I would say maybe no. There hasn't been any yet.
Okay, so so you see why I'm that's why I'm asking the question. Are you going to buy Death Stranding for game? Day
No,
launch,
I mean, here's the thing. It's a whole new experience, so I don't know what to expect. With a Metal Gear game, you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So you would have bought a PS5 hypothetically day one if it had a Metal Gear game on it, directed by
Yes.
Kojima. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. That's what I was
But
trying to get
for
at.
Death Stranding, I want to see. I'm not gonna jump into I support that he's making his own title, but I'm not gonna go jumping in without actually knowing where the hell fuck I'm jumping.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. But yeah, no, my answer is I'm getting that shit day zero. I'm already there. Rich, what about you? Are you gonna get the PS5 day one, or are you gonna wait?
Day zero, just
My
like
man.
you. Every generation. I did the same thing with PS4, Xbox. So yeah,
Yeah,
Without question.
you can't break the cycle.
I'm not. Yeah. By the way, no, Manny is not a PC guy at all, dude. Where'd you get that idea?
No, I'm not a PC guy. I play console games all day, all the time, but at the same time, I don't let my own, I don't go jumping into something without any sort of, without knowing where I'm going to go. See?
Yeah. Let's
So
take
if
a yeah. No, go ahead, Manny. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, what were you going to say?
No, let's do a fun tally here. How many here are going to get the PlayStation 5 on day one? I know I'm getting it. Yeah.
Does that
I
count as
will-
day zero?
Yes, day zero, day one. Brett.
Wait, but
You
it
didn't
depends.
even ask me.
If it's backwards compatible, then yeah. If it's not,
That's
Man,
not.
still
Yeah.
have
Then yeah.
Backwards.
Two PS4s.
It will
What
be.
do I need backwards compatibility for?
Okay.
so I can
let me-
unplug one and not have to
let me
have
roll-
both of them connected.
So let me roll back the question then. So, is backwards compatibility an important factor to you? Because it isn't to me. I don't care.
It is because
I buy
would-
a new system for new games. You
It
know?
would make
No,
the.
man,
It would
no, it
make
don't
the.
work that
It
way.
would
How
make
could you
the-
get like that if you're all about nostalgia?
What do you
Dude,
mean?
Love
if-
nostalgia.
Tony,
It
let me
would-
ask.
Yeah.
In your scenario, does it upscale like the Pro does?
Yes.
Okay, I might like that then.
Okay, I'm just asking because either way, I'm gonna get day one. It doesn't really matter. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
same
saying?
here.
It would
Same here.
make-
But if it automatically upscales the PS4 games that are still coming out, then
Yeah.
you're like,
Oh, don't get me
okay.
wrong. That would be a nice little piece of fruit to get. Don't get me wrong. But let's just say, by the way, and I've already said this, I not even believe, I know that the PS5 will be backwards compatible with PS4. Other
I
PS
would-
systems don't ask
I would
me
say it
about
would
that.
make the transition a lot easier for a
It
lot
would
of
be.
people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like in other words, okay, yeah, you didn't get to play blah 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 game that came out for the last generation.
Yeah. But anyway, let's do the tally
Especially
here.
since they've been pushing so hard with the digital store.
Because
It's
of
like,
the-
hey,
yeah,
all your
because-
stuff carries
yeah.
over. You want
Because
to
of x86, it's going to be backwards compatible. I have absolutely no doubt. Same thing with the new Xbox. It's going to be backwards compatible. No doubt about it. So I don't think we need to really factor that in there because it's probably going to be in there anyway. You know what I'm
But
saying? But
for
if
me,
you want to
again-
factor it in there, is that going to be a game like Adam? So if this shit was backwards compatible day one, you're getting it day one?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
because then that means I could unplug this one and then I can just read down because I'm all digital. Remember?
Yeah. All
So
day
I could-
digital,
Yeah,
man.
you've been
all day
playing
digital.
within Black Ops and the Division.
There we go. There we go. So that's what I'm saying. So then it's like, oh, okay. So then I can just reload all my shit. I don't have to worry about it. If it's like, oh no, you can't, and I'm like, oh, man, and now I'm gonna have both of them plugged in. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Brett, me and you are the same answer. We're getting it regardless. Brian, are you
Day
even
one?
gonna? Yeah, are you even gonna bother with PlayStation anymore or consoles? Period.
Well, this is the thing where Brian comes up and surprises everyone. Yes, but only if 3 conditions apply.
Uh-oh.
1, it's backwards compatible. 2, it improves the performance of games. So basically, it means that games actually run at 60 frames per second. And 3, it comes in a white version. I don't know why, but they seem like not like making white versions on day one.
That's
I
racist.
hate the black controller. I think it's
Yeah,
disgusting.
why you gotta be so? Why you gotta bring color into this, Brian? We just talking about performance, and you like all about the color. You know what? We try to keep it a family show, and you
Yes, I'm
always
sorry.
They work the same.
You know what? Let's go to
No,
commercial
no,
break. We
the
haven't been to
black one-
commercial
the black
break in
one
like
is just
3 hours.
there. The black one is just there, you know. It doesn't do anything. It just sits around. Just
You know what?
Oh my
Damn,
god!
Brian, what the
really
fuck?
Whoa!
What are you talking about?
You're going too. You know what? I'm offended. I'm offended.
The
I'm
white
not
one
even black, and I'm offended. I'm gonna take offense.
By the way, for you guys listening, Brian is black. Okay, Brian is black. Okay, don't get us in trouble.
The white one is so superior. I
Oh,
don't need it.
how is this superior? It gets dirty. It gets
Nah.
dirty.
Yeah, it
faster.
gets dirty and it smells like dogs, man. Chill.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
No, it's just to have like a nice contrast because like my PC is black.
I
so
like
want the white-
eggshell.
the PlayStation
Eggshell is a great
white.
color. Never get
Yeah,
that.
I can't fuck with white consoles, man. They get dirty so
They get
fast,
dirty.
bro.
They get
Well,
dirty.
you know,
The
at least-
controllers get dirty too. I
Looks
have
nice though.
a white console.
I don't fuck with white consoles,
Wait,
man.
here's the thing. Like, there's pros and cons.
When you go when you
because
go black,
if
you
you
can't go
got a
back.
black console, right? You know, dust is white, so your console is gonna look all dusty if it's a black console. If you have a white console, you're gonna have the issue of it maybe turning yellow at
Yeah,
some
and the
point.
smudginess and stuff.
I like the yellow.
Yeah, like that, Adam. Shit, man.
I like eggshell. Eggshell yellow is a beautiful color.
Okay, here's one. How about the gray PlayStation 1 color?
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah,
Nice
I can go with
compromise.
that. I can go with that. I'm still
Yeah.
using
I
Nah,
like
that.
man.
that.
I want my shit like
Anniversary
I
edition.
want my shit to be black like a monolith, man. Like blacker than black. So black that
Dude,
light
the
cannot
green
escape
trade's
its
green, too.
surface. You know.
The
I
Stanley.
want
Exactly,
purple
Chris. I want that shit
I
blacker
want my
than
Xbox
black.
to be green again, man. Green. Bring back that green.
I want that. Yeah, again.
Quiet,
I
right?
want that shit to be.
Everybody's like,
I mean, was Xbox
No.
ever green other than like
Yeah,
custom?
only the Halo
is
edition
green.
was
Yeah,
green.
I don't want
I
nasty
have
ass shit.
a green one, but that's the
Yo,
Battlefield.
these guys
one.
in the chat are going crazy. They want a zebra console.
Zebra. We got, you
you know
got
how-
those skin decals. Put those skin decals on it. You can go that route.
Damn, jeez. Should I even read this? I'm gonna read it. I don't care. He goes, I want my console to be the color of Wesley Snipes. You crazy, bro.
yo,
Wesley
man.
Snipes. Did he just say that?
So
That's dark chocolate, I think.
that's like saying it goes all the way from vanilla to seal.
Yeah, actually, a chocolate console might be pretty cool if you think about it.
Actually, that
you
would
know?
be kind of dope.
That would be. I wouldn't mind that. You know. Yeah.
yo, man, my console's chocolate.
Yo, what the fuck
Bro,
is
let's
going
go,
on tonight,
motherfucker.
Brian? I blame this all on you, man.
Brian, yep.
All right, what the fuck are we? I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Anyway, yeah.
I would get it on day one with Brian's requirement sans the white one. I
Yeah.
prefer black console, but if it did improve the performance, and then I could play the current the PS4. It only has to go like really in the beginning one level.
Yeah.
Like as long as I could just go there.
Yeah, just
Then that's fine. That's totally fine with me. I would get it.
Right, so it looks like we're split here. Like 4 are gonna get it day one. The other 4, actually, the other 4 are contingent. You guys may get it if it has backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I just want to keep playing
think-
myself.
yeah.
You make it seem like we're all gonna be done playing a lot of stuff. Look, people.
Wait,
still
what are the? Who are the other 4?
Well, let's see. Manny, no, it's not other 4. Manny's definitely not getting in day one.
Yeah, Adam's a maybe, and
What about
who
you,
else?
Carlos?
Come on, man.
Okay, yeah, you're right about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Carlos.
Okay,
He's
so
like, who am I?
never mind. Except for Manny, everybody's buying this shit day one.
I am contrary.
Carlos
Different
doesn't
than
even
all
care,
of
man.
you.
Sony could be like, we invented this new format. It's this crystal cube you stick in there.
Dude, I would buy 2 if they had Crystal Cube
I
format.
forgot Carlos buys everything. Son.
It'll
I
be,
got a
it'll be,
fucking Xbox One X.
so wait, it's crystal,
Damn.
so it's crystal cube. So does that mean it's gonna be like friggin' the Fortress of Solitude? You
Yeah,
stick your
it's just a
games in?
tube that you just stick the crystal
Yeah,
in.
yo, Carlos.
It is forbidden for you to interfere with human history.
This is just Blu-rays, man. Yeah, Marlon Brando comes out and slaps a Blu-ray out of your hand. Forget this, my son. She slaps it out.
That's the new boot up logo.
Yeah, yo, Carlos. Yeah, you know we could do with the Xbox One X, right? You could set your PS5 on top of it. You know. All right, never mind. Then the tally is 7-1. Throw down, man. Pony down, man. Shit. All right, where the fuck are we right now? Glorious War, aka Mr. Hussein, man. All right, so his question is: with rumors going around about a companion device for PlayStation 5, what do you think it could be? I never even heard of these rumors.
He just started it, so let's go.
It
He
just
just
sounds
started
like,
it. Let's go.
it sounds like PSP2 rumors again.
That's how rumors start, man. Somebody brings it up. Some other people tune in. Yo, did you hear this shit? And then they post it on Reddit, and that's it.
Yeah. And he's from
So-
Australia, so he's in the future, so he may know
he's
something.
in the future. Oh,
Yeah, man.
shit. Playing that crazy football. God damn, I still don't understand that sport.
Yo, I like some of these
Playing
things. What's going on? Roach smoke for me to enjoy. What's going on, people?
Ridiculous.
I don't know about. I can't speculate on shit I had never even heard about until now, man. You know.
I don't know. It just sounds like the same old kind of adage where it's like, oh, there's going to be a new PC. I mean, a new PSP.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever. I can't talk about this. Unless you
Yeah,
guys-
I can say definitively no. You got me twice. I'm not doing it a third time.
Oh.
Like, we've created a new format that is not a universal media disc.
Well, they just they can't do a companion device. You'd have to do it like Nintendo did it with the Switch. Whatever this companion device is, it'd have to be just part of the PS5.
Yeah.
You'd have to just sell it, both of them, to us at once and convince us that this is the real shit.
Yo, man, it makes your games fucking better.
Yeah, fucking
It's gonna be a device that's based on the cell architecture that it's gonna get better. It's gonna play the new UMD formats with Pro Stick Duo memory sticks.
Ooh,
Oh,
check this out, because we can speculate right now. Roach Smoke says he thinks it's going to be a cordless VR headset. I don't know about that, but a cordless VR headset would be good in general, man, because nobody wants to have all those fucking wires, you know?
Yeah, man, that's why I hate the
Cordless,
PSVR.
Yeah.
I'm ready for cordless.
Yeah, like if you could put on a
Wireless.
VR, if you could put on a VR headset like you could have had, people are gonna really like that, you know. But yeah, no, I have absolutely. Yeah, but if it's another if it's a PSP 2 or Vita 2, I'm buying that shit Z02. You know,
It's wireless.
wireless folding at PS5. Remember that shit folding at home?
Oh yeah, folding at home and then home. Come on, man.
Yeah, whatever happened to home, bring back home.
No,
Nah,
you
it's
don't
okay.
need to bring it
As a
back.
matter of fact, you know what we need next generation. We need the cell processor to come back and home to come back, but it's still going to be in beta. You know, beta
So
2.0.
Home is going to be in beta, right?
It's still. It's
Shoot,
gonna be
I
beta
wouldn't be
2.0.
surprised if they did a bundle with the VR. If they did come up with a way to do it wireless.
Yeah.
There'll be a VR bundle version.
Hey, by the way, speaking about PSVR, that's something I had to eat crow. I thought the thing was going to bomb. No, this shit sold very, very well. You know,
It sold exactly what they expected.
I think so. Yeah, I think it's sold.
5
exactly-
copies.
Yeah, they sold enough. They sold enough to keep it in stock, but they didn't sold enough to like take
Not
it that
keep it in
seriously.
stock. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Because you don't really see much advertising. I think there was a new game called Robot something that came out.
Sure.
Yeah, there was that one game.
Oh,
I was like, sure.
Whatever.
It's this game with the robots and the thing.
Yep.
Yo, Adam, what if they make Call of Duty like VR?
You'd be like, nope.
Shit. Unless they had like
Nope.
if it's his blackout mode.
No,
nope.
It's old school COD.
Old
you know?
school. If it comes with a vest that has sensors on it, you know, and then I have to sign a waiver to get that vest. That'd be awesome. Like if I get shot and I start feeling different parts, you know, and I'm shaking and twitching, then I'll get the whole outfit. Probably have to put down like a down payment, probably like 2,000-3,000. But think about it: put the gloves on, put the pants on, you know, and then I get to run in place, and that's like I could feel it. And then when if my buddies are behind me, it has like these little sensors that squirt water. You gotta fill it up. So then that way, it's like. Everything but I want to feel the sweat. Oh, what if we
Get the fucking Call of Duty socks on and shit.
I want to feel the sweat of my buddy.
Fucking Adam
on my
wants
neck.
squibs on himself.
Or like you know, when they do the close scenes where you're getting like choked in the fighting, I want to feel the blood.
Yo, you're crazy, bro.
Adam, you got some mood.
I want to go all out.
Brian.
All out. All out. My wife comes in and sees me on the floor twitching. What happened? I got shot. I got shot.
This motherfucker's gonna have seizures and shit.
Adam. Oh gosh, oh,
That is a Call of Duty that I want.
what you described does not sound like Call of Duty, man.
That's like the realism to the next level. You get the whole suit.
No, that sounds like some truck stop bathroom type stuff.
That sounds like some shower type stuff. Adam, man.
Oh man.
That'll be
Your body,
awesome.
Suit behind you, squirting, choking. It's like whoa.
Exactly. Guys, let's say there's a guy on your team, he's screaming, he's spitting at you, you feel the spit like on the side of your
This is already sounding like Peter Molyneux sort of stuff right now.
Oh, maybe they bring him in to help
put
with
on the
this.
Call of Duty suit.
Yo, this sounds like
You feel the
autoerotic
spit on your face.
asphyxiation. Man. You're gonna find Adam fucking hanging in his bedroom, jerking himself.
I know.
off.
It's like, oh, what did he die of? It's like it's Call of Duty, man.
You see, you're laughing, but then remember, we just saw Ready Player One, and Ready Player One, they wore a suit to go to the Oasis. So this is my Oasis.
Is that what the kids call it these days? Going to the Oasis. Huh?
Go into the Oasis.
Oh man!
Oh my
See,
god!
now if PS5 has that, that's a day one for me. That's a day
Yo,
one.
you guys in the chat room are
PS5
crazy.
launches with a full haptic suit you're in.
Oh damn right, damn right.
Adam's gonna wear his fucking Tron suit and shit.
It's like,
Dude, they're a thing. They're a thing. They use crossing sound waves or some shit to stimulate vibrational sensation.
Yeah, by the way, these guys in the chat did not appreciate me slandering Astrobot, the VR game.
Dude, people love that fucking game.
Yeah, they're pissed at me right now, man. You like that shit? Glorious work. Get out of here,
like,
man.
how dare you
By the
talk
way,
about
I feel that game should not be on PlayStation. That should be an Xbox game for obvious reasons. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry for his behavior, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, by the way, GZDR says, do they have affordable 1080p phones? Aren't all phones 1080p and higher?
No, not all of them. Not all of them. One of the new iPhone R something 10R whatever is 720.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. How about Sony teams up with Google and makes a companion device that runs Project Stream? Don't team up with Google. Please.
How about
don't
Sony come up with their own shit besides the PlayStation Now? Damn.
All day you playing that shit? Astrobot, get out of here. You ain't playing that shit. Get
All
outta
day
here.
plays everything. Fucking forget him, man.
Oh,
Pissing me
damn.
off.
Oh,
Pissing me
hey, Adam, what's up with that, man? Because he loves that fucking Call of Duties, man.
Yeah, we were playing. We're playing that. We're trying to figure it out. We're not. He's getting more kills than I am. That's for sure. He's
Damn.
getting more kills.
Glorious War says Xbox doesn't have 90 meta games. Damn, son. I don't know why he said that, but sure. It's true. They don't.
Just they'll spit some hate. That's all.
Man, just hate.
Right there. Just take that.
We'll adjust the suit to spit salt at you.
Yeah,
That's
right?
it.
All right, I think we're done here, man. But it's weird now that we're on Twitch. I'm like, I could extend this, but the show's literally predicated on you guys. No more
We
questions.
have no more questions.
That's it. We ran out, man. The well is dry, son.
Nobody want to talk about anything?
Yeah, nobody
Nothing
asked us
makes you
about
happy?
Call of Duty. They didn't ask us about
You see,
none of
you
that.
see what I tell you. Everybody's like, go to
Call
Duke.
of
That's some
Duty.
bullshit.
Yeah. By the way,
Telling
I'm on your side with Call of Duty, man.
Yeah,
Fuck
everybody's
that
gonna forget about Call of Duty in 2 weeks when Red Dead drops. They're gonna be like, "What Call? Yeah, I remember they
Call
did
of
come
who?
out with a game this year, right? Right? Yeah. All right. whatever.
Yeah, no,
Call of who?
yeah, all day. I don't have VR, but I have the system here for like a good 2 weeks and played it. By the way, that system is not good for handicapped people. I'm just gonna say that now, man. This shit is not built for us, you know. But it's like I said, man. If you can make it like just a hat you put on instead of these fucking wires and shit, maybe we could talk, you know. And then like Adam could get his fucking underwear and shit, you know.
Man, I can't wait.
What I'm forgetting the name of what's those COD piece. You get your Call of Duty COD piece. That'd be perfect. COD COD piece, right for you, Adam.
So you can
Well, COD,
teabag
COD, you get
somebody.
some COD. Yeah, the copy, but it's too close to the COG piece, which is
No. The
gears.
COD piece is that thing you put around your nuts to protect them. You know?
Cock ring.
No, a
That's like a
COD
jock
piece.
strap.
Oh, wow.
Talk about a COD. Have you motherfuckers never heard of a COD piece?
Yeah,
Butt
the copy.
plugs? What?
Yeah.
Remember Blackie Lawless
Wait,
used to have
are
that
you
shit?
channeling Torrance Davis right now?
I think he's talking about a girdle.
Yes.
No, they're called a COD piece.
Yeah, it's a cod piece. You know, it's like
Is it made of fish?
No, it's not. I don't know why it's called COD piece. It's just called COD piece.
Did you guys know that Burger King's selling 10 fucking nuggets for $1?
Oh yeah, I'm very well aware
I
of that.
wouldn't
wanna
trust
know
those
why?
nuggets.
Because they're
I would
nuggets
not
suck.
trust. I would not trust them as nuggets.
The nuggets used to be good. They're not that good anymore.
No, notice they're just called nuggets. They're not even called chicken nuggets.
No,
They
they
don't
probably
need to go
can't
there.
call them chicken nuggets because of.
Isn't that the conspiracy theory with KFC?
We never said they were chicken.
That's the conspiracy theory with KFC. It's like they can't call them Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore. You know?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I think we're done here. So, Rich, man, thank you for being on with us tonight, brother.
Thanks for having me on. Yeah, it's a fun show.
Yeah, man, it was crazy, man. So, fucking insane, fucking Adam.
Fun show.
Yeah. Anyway, let's plug your stuff, man.
Oh yeah. Well, we have quite a bit of things we're working on the coalition, so stay tuned for that. I actually recorded a really good podcast earlier today with Dana, Gary, and Ramis talking about Daredevil season 3, which
shit.
that actually drops on Friday. So
Wait, whoa!
what's it? What?
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. So if you have Netflix, you definitely know what you need to be watching on the 19th, and then of course
They got rid of Iron Fist, so now they got more money because that shit was garbage.
Yeah, not that whack.
Yeah, they got rid of that shit mad quick.
Oh man!
They're like, yeah,
They
we
should've-
fixed it. No, we didn't.
They should have canceled it after half of the first episode. They should have been like, "Yo, this is a mistake."
You're being generous. Cancel it after the first episode, you know?
Oh man!
Oh, the Meacham family. Oh fuck. Here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for that, Roach Smoke. He says that he likes the show better on Twitch. Right?
Yeah, Twitch likes it better on Twitch. Shit,
You know?
Yeah,
everybody
they love it.
jumping
Yeah. Anyway, Rich, what else you got going on, man?
Oh no, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
I was just gonna say, yeah, check out that. We have a lot of other things coming, so stay tuned. And thank you again for having me on the show.
Yeah, thank you, man. All right. Again, just reminding you guys, we have a contest going on now, people. You could win a free copy of Red Dead Redemption 2 for PlayStation 4 and Xbox. Unfortunately, they don't have it on PC and Switch, so sorry about that. So you get your choice of digital or physical, and if you want to enter, follow us here on Twitch and on Twitter. And over on Twitter, go to the pinned tweet and answer the question, what is your favorite Rockstar game? A person will be selected at random, and they'll win the game, and we're going to send it to you by launch day, which is October 26th. And we're going to announce the winner October 25th on episode 207 of Throwdown. So it's going to be crazy, man.
So yeah, be sure that you listen to the episode so that we can contact you immediately, so you can get your game to you as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Did everybody get their stuff? Like I know
what stuff?
the guy with the what you call a game? Remember the
Oh
Sonic?
yeah, we gave him all that stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did Adam ever get his bracelet?
No.
The Vision
And he
band?
never
Did you
will
ever
either.
send it to him?
He'll get it next time he comes to New York.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
2 years later,
Right? You know. All right, man. So, I got to pull up the stupid. Oh, Manny, anything going on with the art? You doing any art this week?
yes. So yes, next week there will be another Throwdown Draws, and I will be doing something. I'm not going to say what it is, but yes, there's going to be one. This one is going to be a bit of a different one. I'm not going to do the pre-recorded one like I did last time. It's going to be a live one. You know, where you can, I mean, I was live. It's just the drawing will be live as well, so you'll get to see that. It'll be fun stuff. I haven't decided what it's going to be, but it will be something fun.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Riku-san who's doing the Kingdom Hearts streams for us.
Yes.
Oh, he is doing that?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Riku is on episode. He's
6?
just finished. He's like finished. He's up to episode 6 now, and I want to say he's a little. He's about halfway through the game from what I saw.
Yeah, thanks guys for
cool.
the shout outs in the chat. All right, so thank you for watching and listening.
Wait, we got
What's
another
up?
one.
What's the other one?
So me and all day because
Oh,
they got
shit.
the
Join
dual
over
modes. We're
yet.
thinking we're gonna give a few more playthroughs for the Black Ops.
Yeah,
4.
are you gonna
Just to get
stream, Adam? Are you gonna stream finally,
We're
motherfucker?
gonna say we're calling it the dynamic duo.
Okay.
And we're gonna try to kick some ass. We just gotta get familiar with the map, but then we're gonna stream. Because we have some pretty funny dialogue while we're playing that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold you there because I told you you should start streaming. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You never fucking did
It's
it.
just timing, my shit. Rich knows my shit. It's just timing, but we definitely want to.
I'm gonna give you incentive, Adam. So if you stream, I'm sending you that shit ASAP.
All right, cool.
You
Got something to work toward.
Exactly. Yeah, Roach Smoke, we're not putting your name in there twice, man. You crazy, bro. Oh, man. All right, anybody else have anything to say before I wrap it up here?
So you said it was called a cop lease?
COD, COD, COD piece, one word. I can't believe you never heard of
You
this
sure
shit.
it's not a cock piece? You
No,
sure
COD piece. What the fuck is wrong with you guys, man?
It's like a cup, it protects you.
Oh no,
cop.
wait, no, it's
We
a small
call it a
bird, right?
What?
Okay, you guys are trolling right now,
Thanks for
man.
listening and joining.
Yeah, we'll see you next time, man. Let me do the fucking outro, please. All right, thank you for watching and listening. Leave us your questions in the comment section of this episode on YouTube or over on the Coalition. We'll answer them on next week's show. Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at Throwdown Show. Links are located in the description below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, which I was joined by Emilio Lopez,
I'll see you later, guys.
Chris Seeley,
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
That's 40 chicken nuggets for $4, man.
Man,
God
that's
damn.
tempting, son. Brett Murdoch.
I swear a cockatrice is a small bird.
That's a shit from Final Fantasy, man. Adam Vale.
Oh, quick little shout out with something. If anyone out there has the FIFA 18 or 17, log into it because they have a hidden deal of 30% off for FIFA 19, and that's not in the stores. That's not said anywhere. That's just if you boot up the game. So just for you people that are interested in thinking about getting the new one, boot up, you get it cheap.
Yeah, by the way, these guys are hitting us with some facts right now. What is this? Hold on, before we... Do the Third says card pieces were invented to hide syphilis. Okay, that's interesting.
Big cod pieces.
You some smart motherfuckers out there, man. All right,
Can't hide that shit. You go fucking crazy.
yeah,
Card
right.
pieces. Okay.
Yeah, fucking asshole. All right, Brian Manjoma.
And in the immortal words of Brian, later, people.
And Richard Bailey Jr.
Have a great week, everyone, and avoid WWE 2K19.
That game didn't come out.
All right, guys, we'll see you when we see you, man. Throwdown will be back on Thursday, and Manny will be back, and Adam will be back. We're going to have streams for you. Streams like the motherfucking Ghostbusters. All right.
Extreme.
Extreme.
All right, guys, later.
Deuces.
Peace.